added my voice.
Yeah.
Well, we started.
No!
She doesn't know how to do her voice.
I have my voice
Welcome
cracked.
back, everybody. It's been a few weeks. We did a couple weeks away. We did a one shot with Cody, and now we're back
Oh, yeah.
for our regular scheduled programming.
Did you
Dude, we were fucking birds, bro.
It was
so fun.
It was
I cannot overstate how
Birds,
stupid
bro.
it was.
My only regret was not setting up my setup to record.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't feel like it. I was like, no one's gonna care. It's like a one shot. Like no one's gonna watch it back. And I was like, as soon as we finished the game, actually not even finished the game. As soon as we finished the intros, I was like, I should have set up the phone. I actually have a recording. I sent it to Seamus, but when Seamus started doing his intro for his character, I started a voice memo on my phone to record him. I listened to it. I forgot I had it, and I listened to it back and started laughing my ass off whenever he was like, "Yeah, I'm a pigeon." Or sometimes I pretend to be a pigeon. I roll around in flour and I go coo coo. It's like they try to release me. They try to release me at weddings, and I just fall down.
No, I imitate being a fat dove. A fat dove, and I go, they threw me at a wedding, just fell down on the floor. I was like, fuck, come get me, Terry.
Oh yeah, Terry.
It was
So I have his whole intro recorded, and I'm like, I wish we would have done this setup because it's not like this is a professional setup. We're using webcams and Yeti mics, but it still would have been something to capture the moment. But we're back at the big game.
We're back, baby.
This is our 7th session of this game. We started at the beginning of the year, so it's pretty easy to track. It feels like we've done a lot in these past 6 sessions.
7.
But to kind of recap, and I'll do my best.
I've almost died in every episode.
Not even remotely surprising.
I'm not going to say that it's Shade's fault, because it's entirely mine. But
Sorry. Continue. You were speaking.
Yeah.
there's your recap right there.
Yeah, that's actually it. Just Trey almost dies in every session. Well, you guys spent most of your time in Skyreach, the floating city, the capital of Aetheris. And while you were there, the city dropped. You found out that it was more than likely Ethereal that was responsible for the city dropping. So during an investigation that took you guys all around the city, you wound up towards the end of to middle to end of last session. You wound up kind of realizing while talking to Flint, your older brother, actually down on the surface level, not even up in the Skyreach city proper. But you guys found out that a lot of these things seem to be more than circumstantial. It seems that whenever Ethereal contacted Valter and said, "You've taken 2 of mine, I'm taking 2 of yours," the 2 that were taken seemed adjacent. They weren't part of the main group. It was a mother. It was an acquaintance. Someone you guys, some of you despised. I don't know who. Some of you guys despise this guy. But Eustace Thatch.
I don't know either.
Eustace Thatch and Tilly had passed away. And when Ethereal contacted Valter again to say that's number 1 and that's 2, when talking to Flint started putting things together and started to realize that maybe these seem to be circumstantial, not random events that happen. For instance, Eustace Thatch being at the Skyreach around that same night where the city fell, where a deal was struck, where Tilly having the loss, the grave illness of this world, and just a few days before that, Telly realizing that he has the power to bring energy back into things by punching a crystal. By trying to do a similar treatment, not the punching part, but infusing energy, actually ended up being the final piece to what took her life.
Damn. Thanks for telling my mom.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Real did it.
I'm living on the wild side.
But while talking to Flint, realizing that a lot of these things seem to have been laid out in a particular order to where it made sense. you thought because you punched that crystal, you could put energy back into her and bring her back. You thought you're just doing what you're told to do, making a deal. And you made a deal with somebody, not realizing the tethers and the connections that were put in place by something beyond you. Ethereal has the sight, the ability to see things, and you guys are just now seeing just how involved he has been with everything you've done in these past only 6 sessions, which seems like a lot, but only 6 sessions. However, the next day, after mourning, after building a beautiful shrine, not shrine, Jesus Christ, memorial to your mother. I don't know, how do you think of her? I don't know.
Mom shrine.
Yeah, after hashtag mom shrine. A beautiful oak tree was put in her place.
Kind of shiny, I guess.
Yeah, kind of shriny. You all went back to the bar, healed up, rested, and the next morning got on the boat. I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head. The ship that Flint captains. It is a name that I've said so many times I can't remember. Something. Anyways, you're on that boat. Pigeon's Nest is the one that does go back and forth to Nimbusara.
That's why her
that's-
brother was supposed to be.
Yes, yes. I can't remember the name of his boat, but it's not entirely important. I just wanted it for the element of
Maybe he's failing us right now.
what's that?
Maybe he's failing us.
It's shut up. It's on my iPad,
It's in the digital files.
and I'm trying to be more.
Yeah, just get
It's just
in.
a little too big
Hey,
an
she's
iPad.
too sucked into the
It's
moment.
like an iPad. If I had the mini, it'd be so much easier.
Yeah, the screen's too big. I don't know where to look.
Yeah.
Mandy, if you need a business case written up, just let me know. I'll talk to your financial advisor. We'll make it happen.
That use case.
Yeah. But you guys traveled. It took about a week to get from Skyreach to Nimbusara on Flint's ship, the unnamed ship. It's like the flying something. I don't, it doesn't matter. You guys arrived, and essentially upon arrival, you guys docked, and you realized that you were the smallest, most insignificant little ship in this yard, which was not the case in Skyreach. In Skyreach, you guys were very, above average.
We were impressive.
It's not about how big it is, how about how you use it.
Exactly. And
Not the
Flint
motion of the
Nice.
sea ocean.
Flint used it well on Winnie's mom, and so like you guys docked, and
What if the ship's too big to get inside a hole or something? Yeah, that's
But-
true.
to add some additional context for just jog everyone's memory, as far as who remembers what, there was rumors spoken by Volter. Well, you don't know this, but by Volter to Flint about potentially Thrice being the one who
No, I think
Murdered his brother.
murdered.
we
Caleb.
had a little bit of an engagement. I think I could make an assumption that
Yeah.
something happened.
Yeah, and so through that, Flint finally had a moment one-on-one with Thrice where he essentially said, "If what I heard is true, you're dead." I'm paraphrasing, but not by much. That was the extent of the conversation. And then you gave him a whopping 400 gold for the orphanage, which
5,000.
no, it was 400.
I gave 5,000.
He gave 5,000. He gave 400 in a pouch and let it fall to the floor. He said, "Here's 400
Somebody
for the orphanage."
overpaid, and I didn't need the gold, so
Yeah. And so he gave 400 gold to the orphanage, which is a decent amount. Don't get me wrong; it's a very nice
It's a couple
donation.
years of
Yeah.
sustenance.
It's very good.
to be fair, I didn't kill the matron. Okay.
I also vaguely remember
I feel
He's-
nothing right now.
he's now randomly a purple or whatever, a psionic dagger's like flying into
Yeah,
my
he's
vision
throwing that
every
research
so often.
shit.
Like, heard you was talking shit.
I'm still
I
here.
heard you was talking shit.
I wasn't even doing that at that point. I might hit you now. I don't.
But that's pretty much where we left off.
Oh no, you were doing that because I took your cloak.
Yeah, he took the cloak, which you gave back immediately.
And then I knocked you out. That's why you were doing that
Yeah.
to me.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Flint say we need to meet somebody? A scientist?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Elowin Draxel.
So we gotta meet your mom. This Ellen
Your
Draxel.
mom.
Bring her back to Flint and have a little rendezvous.
Nice.
Thanks.
You might have a sibling.
God. What am I doing
You have a
bad?
sibling.
And you have a sibling.
You guys might be related then.
Close.
oh, I might have a nephew.
Sibling might be a little furry. It's
Yeah. So you remember that Flint told you, and he told you all about her as you guys were floating your way here. Elwyn Draxel is a member of the Nimbusara, the Reverberance part of their academy. Essentially the etheric engineering department. She is rumored to work in the forbidden magic of reverberation, and forbidden harmonics is what they call it. Essentially studying the music of the world. That's why he said you probably want to talk to her, because this seems very forbidden.
Okay.
But he did say that she is typically going to be, because she's a member of the Ascended Conclave, difficult to reach. And you guys right now are on the outer ring. So to give a brief description of Nimbusara, let me actually scroll up here. Let me see if this might actually be helpful. Damn, I did a lot of shit today. My
Could I
bad.
ask if it's possible?
I can't hear you over you patting your own back.
No, I mean, sorry. Let's be honest. ChatGPT did a lot of shit today. I just typed in a lot of prompts today. Yeah, so I'll just read kind of the description, which will help break down the different layers of Nimbusara. So this Nimbusara is an ancient city suspended amongst the clouds. It's grander and older than even Skyreach. It is a relic of the Age of Ascension. So this city is actually built into what they call the heart of Ithris, which is like this constant storm. And they're tapping into the energy of that storm. Not too different than Stormreach, but Stormreach is like a very violent, deadly storm. This one's like a very controlled, and it has been a constant storm, kind of like the Circle of Jupiter. It's like a constant storm that's been going for 1,000 years, and they were able to tap into it and use that. They call that vortex the Aether Heart. As you guys dock, you guys hear just different chimes of. There are wind chimes throughout this city, and you will hear that everywhere you go. Very different than Skyreach, where there was a lot of like communal conversations everywhere you went. Here it's very musical. Everywhere you go, there's wind chimes. There's the sound of chorus everywhere you go. There are different rings to the city that again require certain access and certain privilege to be able to go within. The outer rings are where you guys dock. That's where all ships dock. That's where most trade happens. That's where most typical the typical workforce happens on the outer rings. As you guys get closer in, you'll start to see excuse me, the outer ring is called the Galeport. So if you'll hear it called the outer ring more than anything, but if in an official capacity it's called the Galeport. That is the Nimbusara trade and travel hub. As you get farther in, you'll see the drift walks. The drift walks are like the mid-tier. So probably 70% of the population actually lives in the drift walks. This allows people who need to commute to the inner tiers to be able to do so, but people who work on the outer tiers are also able to travel there fairly easily.
It's the burbs.
Yeah, it's the burbs, exactly right. As you go one step further, the third tier, the upper middle tier, is the Aether Hearth district. This is where you start to get a little hoity-toity. This is some of the most wealthy individuals in all of Aldera live in the Aether Hearth district. Just oligarchs, kings, retired, just our version of like the Elon Musks and like Jeff Bezos of the world, like just billionaires who built a company and come here after they retire. It's where they live. Weather's perfect. Everyone's kind. It's very, very.
40-20.
Yeah, it's catering. Everything here is catered to them. And then you get into the upper rings. So there's two rings that are above that.
So is it like a tower, or is it like a platform?
It's a platform that goes in. Platform that goes in. It's all built onto this. It's like a giant floating rock. So think of like, I don't have an image, but think of like a giant floating, almost like diamond shaped rock. And then almost like the rings of Saturn out from it are these
Okay,
different
so they don't
rings.
go up.
They don't
the
go
rock.
up,
They
they
go
go
toward.
But
The
there's
closer to the rock you go.
Exactly. The rock itself is what I'm getting to. That's the eye of Nimbusara. So like that's the rock. So like this next ring is the one that's adjacent to the rock, and that is the Zephyric Spires. These are some residential, but mainly only residential to people who are a part of the Ascended Conclave, which is the government here, or the academic side, so the people who work in study here, because this is also a very well-known place in the world for not just study, not academic in the studious nature of it, of like getting education, but this is the academic part after you've studied, you've got your degree, then you come here.
Engineers hang out to design cool stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
This is research development. This is
You gotta go shopping here.
what's that?
It's on the internet.
Yeah.
This is what, so they call it the Zephyric Spire or the high ring. So the high ring, this is like the closest to the big rock.
Okay.
And then that big rock is called the Eye of Nimbusara. There's not much known about it. Obviously, this is the source. This is where that energy source is. This is where that storm is. This is where they're drawing constant energy from to keep everything afloat.
Is it possible to try that?
So your
we
mom
need to go
would be in the very middle, I'd imagine.
Yes, I would imagine that is where she hangs out.
No, Flint was the one I was hanging. I'm sure you some
Swing.
in there too.
Listen, we don't need to talk
Swaggin'.
about my mother's
There's no
conquests.
Are you going to tell her?
I think it's
you
Flint's
met him?
conquest.
Oh, who knows?
I would assume. I mean,
Are you going to tell her you
Who
met
was Flint
Flint?
conquesting?
Yeah, sure.
her mom.
It's
actually,
okay.
it's pronounced
We're all
conquest.
adults. I get it. We all have needs.
Yes.
So,
Were they
No.
fighting over?
Don't
They're
mind
getting
her.
involved?
Not love.
He was wielding a
It's all
pork
about
sword
love.
and
Your mom and Flint.
I don't think they fought.
It's easier to explain.
Oh,
It was a good old
Sorry.
wrestle.
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
Daddy, why are you wrestling?
So
Oh, I get it. Wink.
Did she just say wink out loud?
You can't see my eyes.
In the background, blink, blink, blink.
that's what it would be in the color book, right?
Yeah.
You can't see it. So it's
And what did you say the first name of that woman was with the last name Draxel?
Elowen.
Elowen?
I only remember that because that's my sister's name.
Elowen, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to-
That was accidental.
Yeah,
Or is it? It is.
it is. I was like, drag that thing.
I
There's
imagine
no way I
can tie that in.
So like anything, start
This
with
kid-
a drink.
This chick's like 500 years old. There's no way that ties
There's
in.
no way.
You think it does dragons? Start with a good
new
drink.
place, new bar.
How early in the day is it?
How,
Franchise
3 in the morning.
how are you gonna own this one?
Oh, we can
Huh?
franchise the bar.
Yeah, I was about, how are we gonna own this one? Do
Do
I need to kill the owner again?
Step one, kill the owner.
We've got a franchise.
Yeah, step one, kill the owner.
You guys didn't put anybody in charge of the bar. The guy who was willing and able to run it, you murdered. So
It's just an
Yeah.
empty building.
Hold up. Murder is strong. I tortured first.
no, you
You
didn't.
still murdered.
You didn't. You didn't. I mean, you did technically.
I tried to torture. He just
I-
kept dying.
Look forward to when we get back and I present my papers of ownership of the bar. We have like a fun court case to determine who.
Our definitions of fun are different.
We're also
We're
gonna have to
gonna
talk
hold
about
legal-
every problem we left there.
Legal procedural system. No.
You also kept doting on the fact that you were a tax-paying business owner and you haven't paid a cent of taxes, and then you abandoned the city
I owned it for 2 days.
and didn't generate any revenue or pay any taxes.
In fact, the only thing that happened was
You guys
we painted
left
it red.
You guys left it bloodied with body parts in there and then left. You didn't clean that up, by the way.
No.
It's his business. He can do what he wants.
Yeah, man.
We did take down Valter's name.
Yeah, but what did you do with the body parts?
Well, I mean, that could have been
It's
anybody.
decoration. I don't know.
That's part of the horror theme we're going
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, it's a horror themed bar.
We're haunting it.
So he was cremated by
We're setting it up so it can be a haunted
We're
bar.
going.
later
We're under
on.
new management, going for a rebrand.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a serial killer?
I have.
Well, Theme.
Theme.
It just happens to also be the theme.
Do you think your mom would have us an in with this Draxel lady?
I don't know. I've never heard of Elowen before, but I imagine that if she is pretty high up in the academy, that my mother would know of her. Just
Well,
a
she
matter
seemed
of
to be like you do, like the
finding her.
engineering thing. She do the engineering thing.
She do that.
She do that.
Nice.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I do believe that she's going to be. You said Zephyrix Spire.
Where we have
Yeah.
to work our way up there.
I don't know how we'll get access to
All of you look
this.
shrub, so.
Well, you guys are probably going to need some better clothes. Because as you said, everybody looked very fine when we docked. So you guys would have saw me disappear and come back, and I'm wearing probably the sleekest pair of like red and black suit digs you've ever seen. These are some fine clothes, and you guys look like shit.
I'm looking back
Why didn't you provide us
What?
clothes?
Where do you get them clothes
I
from?
might have made a deal or two with a tailor.
You're very
Why
bright.
didn't you make
We've
clothes
been
for
here for
me?
only a few minutes.
I can't put
I want us to
the
counteract this one.
deal or a deal that you made since being here?
I've not made any deals in the last 24 hours, and it kind of hurts.
I tried.
I was, yeah, I appreciate that, but he wasn't quite desperate enough. Like I said.
Look, man, I don't know a lot of people.
I'm giving you what I have.
No, that's true. It's hard to make a deal with dead bodies.
So this Galeport, how
Speak to
busy
dead. We can bring him back.
is the spot we're in? The outer ring?
I mean, this is by far the most lively area you guys have been in yet in this campaign.
Really?
There's like hundreds of people. Like, so the last port you guys were at in Skyport or Skyreach, there was like really no one working here. It was just a matter of got off the ship, walked up to dock, you're in the city. Here's like the dock is its
Or
own.
dock.
It's its own like
Bustling.
yeah, it's its own like metroplex almost. Like there's rows and aisles of different ships docked here, and like you guys aren't the smallest. I was being exaggerative, but like there's a lot of really really big ships.
A lot of big
and
cargo
then-
ships.
and then other ships are about your size, and then some that are a little smaller, but like there's ships here that like dwarf you guys. But there are hundreds and hundreds of people walking up and down the rows here. There's sort of official looking. I don't know, you don't know if they're like military or if they're just dock workers, but they're definitely people that like work here. Checking people's bags and going aboard ships and like checking cargo. It's by far like the busiest. Like the closest would probably be that market you guys walked through where you attacked Eustace.
Is there a bunch of shops here as well, or is it
Not
just
Eustace,
like...
sorry, not Eustace. The other guy you guys attacked. It's been so many.
Irwin.
Irwin.
Is there-
Erwin, you don't have to remember.
He
He's
brought
dead.
it on himself.
Is there a bunch of shops as well, like, or is it literally just like an actual dock?
There's like
Right.
touristy shops and stuff like that, but nothing like magical.
My favorite.
There's
Should
no
we-
like big like
Brady's
like
favorite.
people aren't going to be selling like high value stuff here.
Were you
Right,
serious
so I know
about
you
the
grew up in a
outfit?
cave. All of this
What?
bright stuff
changed
up
it.
here at the
Should
front.
we all?
We don't want any of that. We want to get.
Don't let them
Oh.
sell it to you. Just ignore them if they're trying to sell it to you, okay?
Okay.
No, please buy it. But should we change?
My
Makes a
pers-
point.
My personal experience is if you're going to fit in, you don't want to not look like you fit in.
What's the color scheme here that we're seeing?
Blue and white.
God damn it.
I'm in black and red, so it's
Blue
solid.
and white. You fit in pretty well.
Well, I'm also a performer. Don't forget that.
Not you.
I'm supposed to say
She's
that.
blue.
I'm just telling the group.
But you lived here, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never been here in my life.
is your mom here?
From what I heard in Skyreach.
Well, then we're gonna have to go ask some people, and usually that happens around a drink.
That's true.
If you want a drink, you can just say, "I want a
I
drink."
want to fucking drink.
Let's go get a drink. Then.
I killed someone's mom. Alright, let's fucking
Oh
go.
shit! Yeah.
Look,
Let's
we've
go get a
killed
drink.
worse.
Let's go.
We've killed plenty of people's parents. We just didn't know.
That's what I do now.
Maybe you have.
Did you change your boots after you did that too? Or?
I don't know about anybody else.
No.
No. Well, that's the only thing I really know about you is the first time you killed somebody, you changed your boots because you burned them all up.
No.
So I suppose we journey further inward if we want to get any sort of this.
Lay the land.
Yeah.
So a gentleman walks up to the boat as you guys are still deliberating and deciding where you want to go. And a man dressed in a kind of naval officer's uniform approaches the boat and ask for the captain, where Flint comes up and they exchange a brief conversation, and then next thing you know, this guy is on the ship with you all. And this is what they call one of the wardens. They're an Aether warden, but just call them wardens because Aether is used way too fucking much in this lore. So he's one of the wardens of the docks. He explains to Flint, with all of you in earshot, essentially his job here is to check to make sure there's no contraband, no illegal items that are being brought into the city, no weapons of mass destruction, that sort of thing. All that stuff needs to be left on the ship. Is essentially what he's here to check for. But he does a brief check, kind of looks through everyone's items, and first, is anyone objecting or like?
What is the list of contraband?
He doesn't tell you that. He's just saying he needs to check everyone's personal belongings before you're allowed into the city, or what you decide to take into the city is what he's trying to.
I just
I
instantly
got
hide
nothing
behind him.
I have nothing but a small dagger in the journal.
So he's looking at the dagger and he hands it back. He looks at the journal, flips through, it's empty to his eyes, and he says, "All right," hands it back. And he looks through and he kind of does the same for everybody. He looks at your crossbow, he looks at
My backpack.
Swiss, and he's like looking at Swift, and he smiles. He's like, "Huh. It's cute."
Swiss words.
R2D2.
And he's like,
Here in the
Perfect.
curry, yeah.
he does take a moment. He says, "What's the little guy's name?
Swiss.
Like the cheese?"
Like the army.
Like this weapon that I imagine will be in the future. A Swiss Army man.
He's a weapon.
Not really. He can turn into certain things. He's not quite that advanced.
He's like a utility
He's
tool.
a tool.
Yeah, he's a tool.
And
He's my
like,
toolbox.
he bends down. He's like, "Are you a good little toolbox? Are you a good little toolbox?"
How Bryce doesn't kill his
Appreciate
dagger.
you finding it out.
I require Manny roleplay Swiss from here on out.
Yeah. And he kind of moves on and kind of walks through everybody, does the same thing, kind of checks everyone. No one here has anything that's like,
that cool.
well, just like evil, Like, there's
I get it.
no,
Wearing gloves.
yeah. And he looks at it, and as he goes to leave, and he looks back at the, the little robot toolbox, and he's like, kind of, and he chuckles to Flint as the captain. He's like, kind of looks like one of the Faraday bots, and then he just like steps off the ship, and he's like, "All right, everyone, you're free to go. Don't." And he's like, "Just keep your hands up as you leave to make sure you don't take anything that he didn't inspect." And he lets everyone off the ship.
As I'm leaving, I'll say, "It is a Faraday bot."
Oh, nice. Are you looking to purchase more in bulk?
No.
Yes.
No. I made this one.
Oh,
I
well then
didn't
it's
purchase it.
not a Faraday bot.
Are you? I am a Faraday.
And I am the king.
Okay. Well, have you? I guess you've heard of the Faraday name. So, is Evelyn Faraday here in Nimbusara that you know of?
I mean, yeah.
She is.
I mean, I hope so.
Me too. What?
Well, we would love to purchase her bots.
Do you know where we could find her?
I mean, it's not really up to. It's not my place to give that information. I apologize.
Do you know?
I
where
would check with the local authorities or.
Local authorities?
Well, if you're trying to get personal information about a citizen,
Not necessarily personal information. We just want to have
just
a
her
conversation
address.
with her. No,
An audience, if you will.
yes, just we would like to meet with her.
It's the sales
Are we
department.
talking about your own mother?
Yes.
Why is it so hard to just be like, "Hey, Mom, I'm in town. What's happening?"
I don't know where she is.
You want me to send a message?
I mean, she's at the Stormsmith perch. That's where she doesn't leave.
That's all I needed to know.
I don't think it is, but I mean, you can go.
Is
I
there
just
a
don't know
way
how you're gonna
for
get
her
there.
to meet her mother?
I wish I could be my
Uh,
Well, your mom's
Oh
dead.
no.
You're the-
A down horses.
You can sit underneath her tree once she grows.
Oh my god.
Where did
Wow.
you say that she was at?
Storm
Forge?
The Stormsmith's Perch.
Okay.
That's the nickname for her thing.
Place.
So,
So,
I'll explain more if you get there.
You said that she's at Stormsmith's Perch, doesn't leave there much.
I've never seen her leave now.
Okay.
She gets everything delivered. She gets all of her food needs met. Yeah.
How long has she
dead.
been here?
Decade? Maybe not that long. Longer than I've been serving.
Several years. Okay.
And he points over and you see like this abandoned shipyard. So I will say this is a dock, but it's a big circle. So you guys are docking it around. But every once in a while, like you will see just through like the horizon of your eye, you do see like a construction zone, essentially a shipyard where they're building these big ships. That's kind of what Nimbusara is known for, is like building these big boats. And there's like there's one that he points at that seems to be kind of shut down and abandoned. And he's like, that's actually the old Faraday foundry right there. And he points and he's like, that's she stopped making ships 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but she hasn't sold the spot. She's keeping it. Don't know what for.
What's wrong with your mom?
I don't think anything's
I mean,
wrong
even the
with
group
her.
hermit leaves the house every now and then.
Oh, she's not a hermit. She's a genius.
What's the last
That-
time you talked to her?
I mean, it's been quite a while.
I'm sure
I
she'd
mean-
be happy to see you.
I'll say letters every now and then, but
Oh.
she never really told me that, where exactly she was. She would just tell me a bit about her.
I kind of thought you were
No.
going to say she didn't reply to the letters.
No, she didn't abandon me.
Well, I'm just, it's weird.
Well, no, I didn't know she said letters, but I mean,
Yeah.
is there any qualifications we need to get to that Stormsmith?
Yeah.
Stormsmith search?
Stormsmith.
Yeah.
And what's
And
that?
those would be.
How old is your character?
Are you guys just visiting, or
Like 35.
what is your business here in Nimbusara?
One of them is to meet. her
One
mom.
of them is to meet my mother.
Oh, do you have a pass?
We don't know.
No, I have a DNA connection.
That's not strong enough.
Oh.
Bureaucracy wins. Even on the application.
Paperwork is a real bitch.
We're also looking for Elwyn. What's it?
Draxel.
Draxel. Elwyn Draxel. That one.
Those are the two people that we're here to see.
Did we just like step off the boat as like the secretary?
I feel like it.
As for the king and his wife.
I mean, so you want? So you're trying to get into the academy?
To talk with people, like not to study.
Oh, is there an entrance exam?
We're not going to school.
Yeah, but
There's
I'm
no
really
school.
good at
There's no
test
school
scores.
here. There's no school here. You can't learn anything here.
Let's call it's an
Then
academy.
yes, we are trying to go to the
Yes.
academy.
That's what we call it. Doesn't mean it's a school.
I feel like you could call it something else then.
You could. I
Stop
didn't make
talking.
the name.
I'm confused.
Don't
Be
worry,
confused.
they have just a name for it. It's called the academy. Yes,
The
it's
people
where we would like to
that are
go.
hired to work there are learning things all the time. But
It's a
you
job.
can't sign up to be a student there, is what I'm saying. But they are learning and testing the boundaries of elemental infusions every day.
Oh. What if we have an amazing person? Who would we talk to?
Then I promise the academy would have already heard about them.
Well, we
What if
didn't
they
know
grew
about
up
it.
in a cave?
And they're probably not amazing.
No, look, I bet you. Is there a tryout?
He punched what do they call the crystals?
Sky crystal.
He punched one of those crystals back to life.
Why are we just
I could guess.
volunteering this
Yes,
information to our
I could guess suggest.
I'm
We're
sure
just
there's
talking
another
more-
way that we can get to the academy without like shoving him up
No, I
there.
kind of want to see how
Someone
tests
needs
are done.
Excuse me.
How about we just get to the doors and
Yes.
maybe I can
What-
use my charm to get us
What was
in?
your name, by the way?
Greg.
Greg.
Craig.
Thank you for the help. Great.
Greg. Thank
Greg,
you so
you know
much.
we can get a stiff drink.
What do you mean by stiff?
Strong.
A good drink.
A strong drink.
We've been on a boat for a while. I want to drink something.
Oh,
Good food.
Alcohol.
well, there's lots of that. I would say the Feather and Fang. That's probably the most popular alehouse here on the docks. If you want to go to the inner spires, you may need to maybe talk to your friend about wardrobe. Gosh, how do I say
For
this?
a dress code.
I do apologize.
There might be, depending on the facility. Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Are there certain, I guess, vendors that offer that?
Oh yeah. Go to the bazaar, and he points up to like sort of at the inner part of this circle where it's like a bunch of weaves and bridges and things that get you into like this big market district. And he's like, yeah, you can find all kinds of beautiful clothing. You'll probably overpay out here, but if you didn't bring anything, it's gonna be.
That's our only option.
It is. It's not. You don't have to go into the inner cities, but if you go into the inner spire, you might not be allowed entry dressed the way some of you are. Which is okay. That's a style. It's a style choice. They get to choose who gets.
We're not from here. We'll just buy some.
Yeah.
At the bazaar.
That was glaringly
So we'll
obvious.
just buy some at the bazaar.
Side question. Lore-wise, do we need any kind of like documentation to get into like kind of like we pass the border kind of
No.
scenario? You can just walk.
Not
in.
in
There's no,
not
like-
in this section. If you go
You're
to
further-
inner tiers,
That's what I'm saying. As we go through the tiers,
Yeah.
we'll need some type of documentation.
All right,
Do we
so
know
I need to
that?
counterfeit.
Forgery.
Like-
not if you have an axe now.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
Let's.
He's got a forgery kit.
Okay.
Ooh.
I can
I
only
guess
go
we
up.
should ask that in character.
What?
Really?
Right. So if we want
still
to,
there.
move further into the city, do we need
Yeah.
writs of passage or what have you to get?
Yeah, there's plenty of entry points where you'll have to list your name, your full name, where you come from,
Got it.
identifying documents, leave a collateral, name an emergency contact.
Next of kin.
Can I leave you as my emergency contact? I don't think my parents will answer.
No.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, as long as you have a first and last name, they'll be pretty.
You get it back.
They just need to be able to know
Is
who's
that when
coming
you have a
in.
first and last name?
They just need to know who's coming into the city.
Just the first name?
I have one. I just don't like it.
My last name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
You guys have fun.
As I pass by, I go, Greg, by the way,
Are
Were you serious
my
about
emergency
you're the king?
contact?
No,
'Cause
we're
my
gonna do
mom's
Flint
dead?
because I die a
I
lot.
want to be a king someday.
You do.
I don't know.
Shoot your shot, you know?
Hey, you miss 100% of the shots, you know what I'm saying?
Guess what? I can make potions now. I learned it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Less dying.
No,
We're going
Still got
Fang,
that.
Silver and Fang.
Feather and feather.
Feather.
I did help us, alright? It was 6 days with travel,
What's that?
learning the herbalist.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, can't do that.
You
Not
got the
this
feather
week.
and the fang in the bazaar.
Bizarre.
Bazaar.
Must be no.
Sophie also balance when you said that.
I'm just saying,
Who needs to
couple
change?
stiff
Who's not?
drinks.
Yeah, who was he
properly.
referring to that needs
Yeah,
to change? I know I need to change. But obviously he doesn't.
I don't understand.
And probably
what's-
you don't. You have a pretty gown.
He just announced. He said you might want to ask your friend where he got his wardrobe. Is
Okay,
essentially
well we're
what he
not getting him from your person who you made a deal with. So
No, definitely.
Gosh, I'm awfully desperate.
Wait,
for an
wait.
outfit.
You can get us free
Desperate.
outfits?
I'm so desperate for an outfit.
When it comes to outfits, this one in particular I might have gotten on a bargain basis, but I'll have you know I have 0 coin to my name, as I've never needed it before. As far as making a deal with somebody who can't make any outfits, that's up to them.
Let's go meet some desperate housewives.
Are you trying to sex up these desperate housewives?
Well, I just assume they have gold.
They probably do. I mean, I could suggest to some people to just give us stuff, but that's going to
no,
be...
we can just go.
I don't want to get us in trouble, because you guys are really good at getting in trouble.
Us.
You
Don't forget
guys.
that we've got a
Yeah.
shit ton of gold.
I'll have you know, out of all,
Yeah.
out of all the interactions we've had, I have not done anything to anyone.
You picked fights with him and almost got me kicked out of where I was trying to go.
That's fairly
You
meta
also made
between
a
two
deal-
individuals that are agreeing.
also
to
made
Right,
a
this
deal
man
with
can lose his
Eustace,
own walking contest on
and-
his own.
Right.
Lots
And
of
yes,
things happened
yes,
because of his.
I did make a deal with Eustace, and he was making us useful magical items until somebody was impatient enough not to let him get that done and got us into a whole.
Hey, somebody told me they needed a battery.
Thank
I
you,
don't know.
by the way.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't
So
get-
far,
I-
my docket is pretty clean of being any sort of problem.
I see.
It's been one person causing problems. And it's
Oh, look,
us.
we've made it to the Feather and Fang!
I thought we were going to the bazaar. We're going to the bazaar or
Where
Feather
are
Fang?
we going?
Feather and Fang.
Feather Fang.
Which I've come up with my own leader.
Get to drink, get clothes, then we can go from there.
Look, if I'm going to deal with this group a little longer, I need a drink.
That's fair.
So, the Feather and Fang is huge, by the way.
Oh, big.
Think of the Feather and Fang as like, it's like a mall. It's like a mall that is just an ale house. There's
It's like
like
grabbing a beer in a Costco.
yeah, kind of. There's like multiple bar tops. Like think of there's like 10 to 12 different individual bar stations, and then nothing but seating and like
It's
multiple
like
layers.
D&D truck yard.
Exactly, and it's like there's multiple layers that are floating layers above that are like lookouts because you're looking out over all the ships and the docks. So everyone loves to people watch. Everyone coming off their ships. So the Feather and Fang is a brilliant place to just hang out. You get the breeze of all the ether winds that are just like the ether winds are a constant current that is flowing throughout the city. And in this spot, you're in a perfect location where you constantly have a nice like refreshing breeze, and people will sit here for hours and get trashed. a lot of the times it's just different captains that'll be dropping off cargo or people, and while their cargo is being deloaded, they just come here for a drink that lasts them 4 or 5 hours. But you have lots of options for seating, lots of options for the view you want to have. If you want to be looking into the city, farther into the spires, you have to go higher up on one of the levels. If you want to look out at the ships, you can be at the base level. But it's huge. So take your pick. Sit wherever the fuck you want.
Puppy, I can't see.
I'd like to get a view of the city.
It's weird being in a dockside bar that doesn't stink of ocean. Doesn't smell like
Brine.
dock rot.
Talk rod.
This is weird. It doesn't smell like shit and seawater. Right. Okay. Well,
It smells really
guess
good.
this'll do.
It smells really good.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. I can't process it.
The fresh air here is intoxicating. Yeah.
Anybody that looks like they're down on their luck?
Some, but compared to other places you've been, like this is a pretty upbeat and fun place. Everyone seems to be having a good time.
I only made $1 million this year, man. I'm pretty down on it.
Yeah, kind of like exactly. Kinda like, that's almost the perfect way to put it. It's like a bunch of people that are doing really well in life, just having a good time. But there's going to be a couple people that are maybe look a little discouraged. Yeah.
Is there a stage around to perform a song?
Boy.
Roll a d20.
And is
Let's find out.
there a goth bar?
Goth.
What's a golf ball?
I'm
Everybody's
assuming
standing out real bad.
I'm the single
Just a
darkest
number, or-
point
yeah,
in
just
this
a
area.
17.
17. Yeah. this is
Absorbing
stage.
the light.
Yeah.
No, there's not a goth bar. That's not this vibe.
If they've got like bars for everyone, it's like, oh, there's the goth bar. I'll get a drink.
They don't have
from-
bars for everyone. They have I just mean
It's
like
a
your
high school
kind.
cafeteria.
no. I mean like
Wait,
literal
wait,
like
what?
it's like the same bar. It's just they have so many.
multiple bar tops.
Yeah, there's just so many that you never like. It's not backed up in one place.
I
There's,
didn't know
like-
if they were like themed or whatever.
No, that would have been really clever for me to do. But instead, they're just all the same thing.
Oh well.
I mean,
okay.
you could just do that now.
Yeah,
Now
no.
you mention it.
No. It's just all the
Now that
same.
you mention it,
It's all the same. It's just
Okay.
there's a lot of. It's
Okay.
just the scale is so much bigger than other bars you guys have been in. And it's not stinky. There's not a single severed limb anywhere. So
Crazy.
So clean
This-
in here.
Is
Place is
not
disgusting.
a dock bar.
I got a feeling no murders have ever happened on this.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
some
a
notes
single
for
person
Alba.
spit on the floor. What? I don't like it.
what do y'all do?
Well, I could try to make myself some coin. I see a stage so I can get up on there and distract some folks if you guys just want to get some drinks.
Yeah, you guys are
I can do my own thing.
after robbing. Useless. You have
I
no
got-
money.
I have no money.
You don't.
I know.
They do.
They have money.
What?
I said they're broke.
I know. I never knew you robbed the place. I don't think
Oh,
you're
yeah.
All of them.
We're actually not that bad. We're both got some coins. Just him.
Well,
How much do we have again? Like 50 grand?
That was more than that.
No,
it's 50.
It was
46,196.
Who did
'Cause
you
he
tell
gave
though?
50
Did you
away.
tell all of us or not everybody?
It's not a
I
secret.
gave
Okay.
Flip 50,000 in front of all of you.
Oh,
So
5,000.
her 5,000.
Oh.
Her 5,000. I got 400 for being around. Don't even
So
know why.
I think it was like emotional damage for
I
your.
got 2,000 from
Emotional damage.
and then
Oh, I think it
100,000
was
from
the
Eustace.
Yeah.
50,000 was to pay back to get his badge back.
Yes. Okay.
And travel.
It was just for the travel, not for the badge bag.
Go there.
The badge was just collateral for the travel.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Until
we
you
paid
got
for the
Which you
trip.
did get it back, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't roleplay that, but
Can
it
you
happened.
use that here?
Part of
Because I know that you're supposed to be like, roll the down low or whatever, but to be
I,
honest, it's really inconvenient
I
for you not
think-
to be able to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this badge will be useful when we're speaking to like, you know,
Goths.
no, people in like political stations and stuff like that. As far as like flashing on the street, no,
But when we need to get into the inner ring,
it'll probably help.
Okay.
apparently DNA is not enough.
But the thing with throwing around the medallion is
Well, if we could get a message to your mom to come get you.
I am on council business, but I'm also on my own, so we can't like phone in help to.
I'm talking about
Get
find
us
his house.
in
It's just a
somewhere.
pass to get in somewhere.
Oh, you were.
No.
You did phone him.
Well, no, I.
You did.
You
Summoned.
did.
What?
No, you
what?
were incredibly helpful. That's not what I meant.
This could use some.
Everyone likes him more than me.
He's really cute.
He's also right.
He
I can't describe
he ranked that before I did when we first joined.
Look, that's just pathetic.
Have you met?
Oh,
Not
so-
pathetic.
No.
It's not pathetic. You spend some time with him, you'll see why.
I just feel like with opposable thumbs, you would have had a better chance. What he's done is impressive. What's happened to you?
That's genuinely impressive that like a raven has like earned a station.
Yeah, he'd be a person with opposable thumbs.
Could I?
Anywho.
How'd you even hold your weapon? That's impressive.
Frank.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're gonna round of drinks.
What's the bird drink?
I want to go get a round of drinks.
Oh, you're not talking to Nathan. Okay.
We're going to get drinks.
He's like, I don't do that, bro. Sure.
I'm like 8 years sober, bro.
There's anyone performing on the stage.
No, it's open.
I'll go to the stage and try to thaumaturgy my way and see if people can look at me.
Yeah.
So I can make some money. And
Yeah.
Perform.
Do it.
Okay.
What do you do?
Two things. I'll do two things because I've done. I say with my thaumaturgy, most worthy crowd, and I change my voice, by the way. And you guys will see this for the first time. A very hoity-toity, most worthy crowd of this humble place, please let me first thank you, allowing me this stage. I aim to amuse you with tales, though feeling fake, I believe true, never taken, but only borrowed from the muse. And if you enjoy my performance and wish to let me know, please hear me now how you can let it show. And if in disgust, throw your foods, but please don't waste, throw that with mold. And if you enjoy, hurl your platinum, your silver, and your gold. And then I take out a guitar, and I did this, and it's going to be pretty obvious what it's based off of, but I start tapping, I said, I'm down in Nimbusara, and I'm looking for some souls to steal. I'm in a bind, and I'm a bit behind, and I'm looking to make a deal. Seeing all you fine folks sitting around tells me that it's a spot. So I'm sliding in this ballroom. Well, it's supposed to be a ballroom. I'm sliding in this dockyard now. Tell you all what's what. You may not know me, but I can make some deals for you. And if you wage to sign a page, I'll make your dreams come true. You may not believe me, but give goody his due. Got everything you want to say, but we both know that ain't true. So come on over and let's chat about your aches and pains. The one that screwed you over and the titles you wish to claim. Just jot it down in the book and cast your fate in gold. Save you from your hell and set free your soul. And that's what and I go on with the rest of the song.
Did he ask permission?
I know.
No,
it
he
does.
didn't. Yay! That
And I try to like beg for money a little bit, but if nobody gives me anything, that's
Somehow a
fine.
hat appears.
And I probably at the end of it, once everybody looks, I go, hey, "Can we please give a warm welcome to Miss Faraday's lovely daughter?"
was good. Oh God, no!
Because the point is trying to get your mom.
I know. I'm like,
He passes out.
yeah.
Who's in town to see him, so please let her know if you know where her daughter's come.
You see
It's a-
hundreds of people. Oh look.
I'm like mid-drink at a table.
If I'm sitting next to her.
Winnie, make a perception check. Or an insight roll.
An insight check. Okay.
And if I screwed you, it wasn't me. It was me.
First roll of the
This is your
set.
first. This is your first time you've gotten in
You roll
trouble.
the D20 to see if there's a bar.
This will be the time again.
Insight.
Go.
Please.
16.
Yeah, you can tell it is a bag of mixed feelings when they look at you.
Anybody angry? Like visibly
It's
angry?
mixed.
Mixed
But
feelings.
like one
So
specific
what
angry
kind of
person.
feelings are we
What's
talking?
the spectrum?
Yeah, what's the
Emotion.
spectrum of emotion?
Well,
Let's just say
yeah,
nobody's-
I mean
nobody's
it's
clapping.
mixed.
One of them very in love with
There's people that are like excited,
Okay.
and then there's people that are a little upset, angry, and then there's people just confused, maybe don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Does anyone get up and like leave immediately?
No.
Does anybody get up and yell at us?
No, like if I didn't, like, oh shit, she's here.
Oh shit.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so excited, upset, angry, confused, and embarrassed on my end. That's my emotion.
There's probably a couple others.
Yeah, your
that are a
insight
little
doesn't pick
extra.
up on that.
Don't worry, I'm embarrassed for you. As
yeah.
well.
Aberdeen is now under the table.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they were looking at that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is anybody like looking now with ill intent?
Yeah, is
Like,
anyone drawing
even
weapons?
Tracking or like they look like they're gonna do something.
I can see from the
Maybe.
stage probably.
Roll something.
What do you want me to roll?
Help me. Help me.
Can I also
Please,
get up?
am I
'Cause
rolling,
I'm like
please?
on top of the stage. I like to think I can see a little bit. better.
Sure. Yeah, roll insight.
Perception.
Inside or
Or
perception?
perception if you're trying to determine if they hate you and want to
Ooh.
see you
That's
dead.
a 25.
Ooh.
Dang.
I don't-
Yeah.
Thanks,
I,
Mel.
I don't think I could possibly beat that. Why don't you go down?
I have a +6 to my perception.
Natural 20.
Oh, damn!
Or it's 22 total. Well, I'm running high off my previous song. I'm gonna...
He's like, Miss Faraday's lovely daughter, and just like scanning everything. The moment they turn around.
I definitely would have been like, okay, mixed feelings. Mixed feelings. Yeah, no problem.
That didn't get quite
Lasers shoot out of his eyes as he like
Wow.
scans the crowd.
And if it makes you feel any better, I immediately go into an insult for Volter.
He becomes an insult comic.
I go, have a look at Volter, and his ears, your ears, he'll bleed with all of his talker. If you need to get away, as I say, he can't keep up if you're a speed walker.
Walker.
He's a speed walker.
Didn't you win?
That's how I remember it.
All I hear on that poem is the bitter twinge of jealousy.
Yeah, but that's not what they are.
When so if he does that, I'm gonna.
Like the mocking clap.
That's slow.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, we're trying to see if someone wants to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem really distracted now that that's happening. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no one wants to kill you. Yeah, with your natural 20 and your 25, you guys definitely see that there's some people that are maybe more upset than others, but it doesn't seem to the level of like, I'm gonna confront this person.
Okay.
That they're gonna get up and do it. Like you can tell they're just like, who cares? Like,
Got it.
There's
To me,
probably like
think
club
about this
level
family.
employees here that are like, oh,
Well, that's
the
why.
boss's daughter's in town. Who gives a shit?
Well, I was thinking more like angry
Introduce
employees because they
myself.
closed down the shit building.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
Oof, yeah.
I'm no longer able to
I
take
didn't
your
even
shit
think
in for
about
repairs.
that. Like, she hasn't sold it or anything, and
I
so
had a
it's
job
just
in
like
the
sitting
factory
there
for
rotten.
27 years, and she closed that thing down because she wants to go do something else.
Oof, yeah.
He wants to make bots.
Walter's attitude is very much, I'm enjoying my drink, and if anybody touches any of you guys, I'll cut their hand off. So I don't need to be looking out.
And then I'll just ask the final question: did I get any money? Did anybody throw any money?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple. We'll say you probably got about a total of about 6 gold pieces.
Sick.
Yeah.
But
But to be fair, it was like 20 copper, like 50 silver. Like, I mean, it added up.
If you were
too.
walking up with like platinum pieces and then you announced her and they're like, never fucking mind.
You know what? I probably should have had better vision for that.
Yeah. Should I?
That probably would have had a
I'm
different
not that
perception of the nicer part of town.
Well, my goal was actually kind of to see if anybody would go to your mom. Like, hey, your dog is down. She can
They might. They might still.
Some
They might be like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow.
might.
I think I'm gonna finish my drink tonight.
I prefer random bits of poetry and stuff to amuse people for a few more minutes, and then once it gets to a point where like, all right, cool, I'll leave as soon as the enthusiasm has left everybody's mind.
So, you got a couple of gold pieces. You guys trying to go get drinks? Are you trying to talk to people? You want to talk to any of the people that look discouraged, or what are you doing?
I was assuming that while he's doing his performance, we're hanging out at the bar. I wanted to ask the bartender.
I would like to listen to see if anybody around us was disapproving of her.
Yeah, you heard a couple of like
They're definitely disapproving.
you heard a couple of people like, fuck the Faradays.
I didn't know.
But you hear some people that are like, oh, that's the Faradays daughter. Like, you hear both. But
Yeah, I just feel like more of like, I fucking hate them for like a reason, like.
No, just exclamatory statements. Yeah, kind of generic, a little vague, a little bitter.
To the bartender, I'll say,
Hi,
hello, what's your name?
Greg. I'm kidding.
I followed you here.
Everyone who works in the city is Greg.
People that both named Greg.
He's with 2 G's.
My name's Asha.
Asha, okay. Asha, it's a pleasure to meet you. If I were looking for a fancy set of
Drinks?
yes, what do you got?
Thank you.
Well, depends on what you're in the mood for. We have lots of ales, we have lots of wines and infused whiskies.
What's your favourite?
I'm an ale guy myself.
Ale?
Keep it simple, like it poured straight, served cold.
Right, I will take your recommendation for an ale.
And he starts pouring like this ridiculous sized boot of a glass. And he's like,
a very appreciative grin spreads across.
He's like,
Walter's face.
I mean, it's like the equivalent of probably like 26 to like 30 ounces of just big. And he's like, yeah, that's my recommendation. He slides it
Can
over.
I get a shot of the infused whatever with it?
That's 36.
You're gonna see Aberdeen for the first time show up right next to you and look at your boot.
I was about to say, I'm gonna look at the boot and
like, oh shit! Right.
I'm like,
I'm
I want to have it.
gonna hand the boot down to her. But can I get another one?
Yeah, he pours another one
And I'm gonna go back underneath the table and just sit with it.
disappears under the-
You just hear under the table.
I grab a straw out of the caddy and hand it
You
to
did that, guys. You did that.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did.
You guys allowed her alcohol. I was telling her no.
Right, that boot's
You
as big as she is.
So he pours both boots, and then he grabs a bottle that has it's like a amber colored liquor, very similar to like a whiskey. And as he's pouring it, you see him kind of like an air avatar, right? Like he's like using his hand and just, and as he pours the whiskey, like pours straight out of the spout, hits this like vortex that he made with his hand and creates like this like little tornado effect into the glass. And as he serves it to you, it's just like the whiskey spinning in a tornado vortex, and he hands it to you.
You should work on that trick. That's good.
He said, "This is my favorite."
Right. Take it. Is it a shot or like a cocktail?
However you want. It's the size of a cocktail, if that helps. Well, it's gone.
Roll Constitution.
It really just tastes like whiskey with flair.
Cool.
Yeah. you pay a few gold pieces.
I was gonna say
It's a little more up. It's a little higher price, but that's what you get for it's a tourist location.
What's what is he looking for price wise? Like, what's the total?
The total for that would have been 2 gold.
So I'm gonna put down 5. Be like, as a tip and everything. Where could someone get a nice set of clothes? And I'm not looking for like the touristy, like, oh, I came to Nimbusara and I got with this lousy T-shirt kind of thing. I want like a nice set of clothes. I want to look,
You want to look like a local.
Well, yeah.
Well, you need to see Zim.
Zim.
Yeah, she's the best. She has a spot called Zephyr's Vale.
Zephyr's Vale.
Yeah, it's off the. Well, it's technically on the outer rim, but if you go closer to the inner spire, follow the walkway in. You can't miss her. Her shop is floating off of the spire. It's a curtain silk walkway to get there.
Okay.
You can't. If you miss it, then you deserve not to have it.
Right.
I'm performing on stage. She wants a boot.
I'm gonna go Zoom. I'm gonna
You
go
actually know what colours. You can wear all black.
What is this color you speak of?
He interrupts and he says, "You don't choose when you go to Zim."
Ooh. Zim chooses for you.
That's interesting.
She makes her assessment and she creates it for you.
Oh, she do like a color analysis.
How does
You
he know
are
that?
literally the absence of
Kiss
colour.
me.
Falter at TikTok, it's all like fashion advice. all he wears is black leather armor and a breastplate, but he's got like all
His feet is just fashion.
That is just not her.
Seems like a
favorite.
cool winter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna chat with Asher.
He's like an out of shape personal trainer. He's like, listen, just because I don't do it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't practice it doesn't mean I don't love fashion. I just dress how.
Walter's really good at Hues and Cues.
That's a lavender. That's a mauve.
That bitch periwinkle as fuck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang and make small talk with Asher.
Okay. By the end of the conversation, actually roll a charisma check, just a flat charisma check.
Yuck.
I mean, use your modifier.
Did I inspire with my?
Did you inspire?
Shit.
That's an actual bardic thing. Are
Yeah.
you doing bardic inspiration?
Let's say I inspired you. Just be.
Damn, he's
nice
so
about
begrudgingly
my
giving
jokes.
you inspiration right now.
D6.
That's a D6. Yeah.
I've never heard a bard not want to give inspiration so bad.
Ooh,
No, I thought you were trying to say
thank
like, did you actually like?
That
meant
is
to do
25.
Damn.
And
Dang.
I cannot stress this enough. I have a +0 to charisma. So that is a 19 on the die and a 6 on the D6.
Holy shit.
You have a few boots while you're talking.
I go
I'm a
to-
boot loving kind of guy.
Yeah. You have a couple of boots. By the end of by the time you finally leave, you know that Asher lives in that 4th spire just inside. He has a wife and 4 kids. His goals are not to be a bartender on the outer rim, but he actually wants to be a captain of his own ship one day.
Oh.
Um,
Does he have
Is
any
he desperate
experience?
enough?
No experience. It's just a dream.
Okay.
He's never left Nimbusara.
Interesting.
So he's only ever been here, experienced this.
I can make
So-
all this happen.
And if you, well, let me ask, because you rolled such a good charisma and you know so much about him and you guys have become friends over this encounter, is there anything that you would like to ask him? It doesn't need to be role play, just like what is information you want to ask, and because of that role, I can tell you what he tells you.
So, more or less, like, where can we get a good set of duds? He told us Sims.
Yeah.
What's it look like moving further into the different rings?
Get us in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, is there someone we need to go talk to? Do we need to get, like, is it we just sign a guest registry and, like, put our name down? Or is it, like, we have to have permission to move in?
Yeah, he he's just sitting here like chatting with you at this point. Like
Yeah.
he's like kind of giving up on the other patrons. Like,
All the
You're
other people
so-
trying to get a drink
yeah.
are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're just so charismatic.
yeah. He's like, listen, I go into the drift walks every night. Every morning I come here. It's really not that big of a deal. They make it seem so formal when you get here, but really all you have to do is just flash an ID. If you don't have an ID, take a couple of gold with you. Just we kind of have like a honor system here, right? Don't cause problems. No one cares.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Wish that was easier.
Both of
And
them
then-
at the same time.
And then if, like, since we're the two people that we would like to talk to are like kind of high profile,
Who is it?
there? Oh, it's Elwin Drax. Elwin Draxel and Evelyn Faraday.
Oh, well, the Faraday's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Because she's a hermit.
So what?
Well, so we've got as far as I know, our only daughter here. So.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if her daughter's here, she'll probably come and see you. She might even let you up to the perch.
Ooh. Well, what about Elwin?
Oh, that'll be easy. Yeah,
Oh.
just go ask.
Cool.
I mean, it's not easy. Security's tight. She talks in like. She's a little bit confusing. I've never spoken to her, but everyone knows she's pretty eccentric. You know.
I know the type.
Mm-hmm. But there's rumors she deals in like some of the forbidden type of magic. Don't be too excited around here for that. That's not encouraged.
Well, no, it's interesting.
It shouldn't be. That's the problem.
You better watch it.
Be disinterested.
You're not there. You don't
Yeah.
know.
I know.
Just be
Well,
careful. Just be
I-
careful. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's a long story, but where I come from, I'm a cop that deals with that kind of stuff.
What kind of cop?
Uh,
Where are you from?
Thalassar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
so
so
my
far.
job is actually finding people who are doing forbidden things with forbidden magic in places they're not supposed to, and making sure they.
Oh no, she's allowed. She's allowed to do it.
No, that's why I'm excited because that's my line of work, right?
Oh, you'll love
it's
her.
a professional curiosity.
You'll love her. She's a weirdo. In a cool way. In a cool way.
It sounds like the type of person I deal with professionally.
Elwin is known for. She knows stuff that hasn't happened yet, and it's. Some people find it very off-putting.
Interesting.
We need that.
Yeah.
Is it another seer?
That's an interesting skill set.
What if it's
Exactly.
It's that guy.
Oh my god.
It's real.
It's real.
Is she wearing
He's like,
jewelry?
He's got a wig on.
Fancy seeing you here.
It's scam like.
It's like a Mrs. Doubtfire.
it's like-
Yeah.
Help is on the way, dear.
Hannah, it's just scam likely in a different universe.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes.
No. Sorry, you said before all the joking. What did you ask? Something about jewelry?
If she's got some kind of eye in the middle of her forehead. I'm not directly asking that, but if she wears any
What are you directly asking?
Are we at the zip line?
notable jewelry or anything.
We're talking about.
You were still at the
Or is there
bar.
anything that would help
I
us
think she's
know that it's
married.
her?
I think she's married, so she probably has a
She's a seer.
wedding band.
That's
Cool.
what she looks like.
Okay.
So we know
What does that title mean?
Yeah, what does she look like?
They did not write say that.
Yeah,
a
physical
little,
description, like
a little strange.
That she can do that.
cool.
He's talking
Race.
Elvin, white hair. She has tattoos all over her body, but
We
they're
talking
like
gray elven, normal human color elven.
human-colored Elvin.
Yeah, like this kind of elf.
So
or like that color.
is he? I'll point to Wendy or point to me. And so like which flavor? Okay, got it.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Which one did you point at?
She's got.
Yeah, we have all three shades of elf.
She's got white hair. She's probably presenting in her 50s, 40s,
Okay.
but she's much older, obviously. You know how elves are. And then the tattoos on her body, pretty strange. They like move and
Interesting.
He went.
What do they look like? Well, I'm not there.
I don't know. It's just a
Yeah.
rumor.
It's just
It's just a rumor. Yeah, this is him. This is like a time lapse of him being here for like hours. You guys are probably.
People coming in and out.
Yeah.
Every now and then we keep walking away, and I keep saying, "I told you we should have this on first."
We should get to Zen before it's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When does Zen's close?
I have no idea.
3 hours ago.
I can't afford it.
I figure at this point I'm drunkenly passed out, hugging the boot
Underneath
the
the
table.
Every time I hear you snore, I kick you and I say, like, "Use minor restoration."
Oh my god.
So yeah, I suppose we can split if you guys want to.
What does
That's a good idea.
seer mean?
See? As if they
One
see.
who sees.
One that can see.
Thank you both for that wonderful
People
immersion.
who
I did read books in the cave.
precognition, clairvoyance, that kind
That's what I wanted to know.
Well, I felt like you should know that then. I am able to see.
I feel
I
like
am
vague
a seer.
answers are the death of curiosity, so let's keep going.
You gave a general definition. I feel like that's a vague answer.
Seer could be somebody who's wise and just offers guidance.
Yeah, not like a tribal seer, like a...
Like they can actually have the ability to do what
See
Israel's
the
doing,
Well, yeah.
but to a lesser scale.
That's
That's what I'm wondering.
Yep. Cool. Why does everyone look at me like I've been sitting here for... Oh, shit.
Some
It's
of
been
them-
a bit.
We should go. Sorry.
Head to Zins. Because I always like clothes.
I like
Asher,
that.
where can we get some rooms when it's time to stay the night?
That might be tough.
Really?
Can we go back to the ship?
You might have to stay on. You might have to stay on your ship.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like foreigners sleeping in their quarters.
Lauren, go back to the ship.
Interesting.
There's no inns.
Interesting.
What does that mean?
It's like a hotel.
Yeah, like a...
Place to sleep for foreigners. For
You
merchants.
rent
So,
your
like-
own bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
People
often
just
in
own
bars,
their
people-
homes here.
People build extra rooms and put beds in them and like
Charge
Someone-
people money to.
to
Stay
sleep
with
in
them.
the
It's a
room.
good business to have, to be honest.
Well,
Not when you're filthy rich.
No,
For
most
For
people.
him, it's a good business.
Most people here just have their own home.
Is there not tourism here? People don't
On the
have-
outer rim, yeah. But that's why people stay on their boats.
Interesting.
this is like a
Write
cruise
that down. I
destination.
feel like that's a business
Alright, you can only
opportunity.
go
We've
so
already
far.
got one under our belt.
Yeah.
We didn't get any
Yeah, some months I
excursions.
use the foundry.
Yeah.
It's a wide open space.
Ooh.
Okay, we also need to talk about why people would want to stop and stay if they have boats.
Because sleeping on a hammock might not be comfortable.
Yeah, because you've spent what months on your boat. You want to get off
I think
it.
they have a few
But if
things
they're
right
here
in-
to unload cargo, they're probably
You want
not
to get
going to
off
make a
and
lot of
We
money.
need to start a satellite of the region.
What I'm saying is, like, just ask some of these captains and see if they would stay, because you know they'd be the only ones. Because your little crewmates aren't going. Come on now, they need money.
But if you fill it with
That's how
women and booze, they might.
No, maybe the captain. No,
No.
maybe.
Thank you.
It's a good
Alright, to
business
Zen.
opportunity. This just becomes like a weird, like, franchising trade campaign.
This is
Keep going.
the story. This is the story of Volter's business empire.
We're actually playing
Walter
Monopoly.
completely negates his investigation to start his
Yeah,
own.
So the next
D&D
campaign is set
Monopoly
like 200
edition.
years in the future. There's Walmart.
The bargain.
There's Walmart, and we're all
the
rolled by
bargain,
a
the
secret.
bargain basement.
What the hell is Varbox?
Yeah, we're going to Zims, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to Zim's.
Speaking of business, though, that's
So
Yeah.
as you guys
Can't wear
walk
my
through,
custom outfit.
you walk through this bazaar, and there's lots of different traders, and there's different merchants. But what catches your eye is a floating boutique. This has to be Zim's. From the description
Yeah.
that you got, this has to be Zim's.
Well, that's my fun.
Listen, what is that?
It's like in his pocket and everything.
There's a gnome walking by. Oh, hey.
He walks between our legs and like, oh,
This is-
This floating platform is tethered to the main bazaar by these golden ropes. The ropes create this handheld, and then there's like a silk bridge that is connecting this shop to the walkway. As you approach, there are two gentlemen standing in front of this bridge. They are dressed like they're going to a gala. They have beautiful shiny shoes and a tailored suit. And they look down and they have like makeup, like eyeliner and makeup on. And they look down at you all approaching this as, oh, you must be lost.
Actually, quite wrong.
We about to have a
Oh,
pretty
sorry,
long
sir. You
moment.
look exquisite.
My apologies for the rest of the individuals behind me. They have not seen the light of beautiful, fine clothing before. So, we've actually come here to speak with Zim personally and maybe spend a fair amount of coin to have her instill her vision upon us.
You must be here. You must be from here, aren't you?
I'm from hither and yon, quite a few places. I don't get to Nimbusara much. But only if I'm requested to perform. Sometimes I enjoy the city.
We'll lead your friends inside and Zim will cater to them. Her last appointment recently left. She is
That's
open.
great news and amazing timing. Thank you very much.
Sure is. So, you all follow your new leader.
Yeah, what the hell, good?
Don't have to speak walk from the front, do I?
You follow Goody across the
Me
bridge.
getting in so tight with Asher was a complete freak chance. I know you're better at talking than I am. Lead the way.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys
Asshole.
traverse this silk bridge and get inside. Once inside, this place looks exactly as you imagine from the outside. It is like the air currents of Zephyr have a constant flow through here. It's just long, flowing cloth and silk like walls that it just feels comfortable and
Then
easy.
central air.
This whole town is central air.
The HVAC here is.
It's so dry. It's not humid enough.
It's wonderful. Keep it there.
Zim comes out, and she is
Nimbusara. Sorry. Okay, I did it. I'm done.
Zim comes out, and she is a golden air genasi. And she I mean, the best way I can imagine her in my head is like it's almost like a Greek goddess looking ensemble, like white not cloak, but like robes, gold accents. But she has her skin, if you want to call it that, is like a gold forward color. Like she's made of air, so it's not like a
Like a golden sand in the breeze.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. You should do this sometime. Yeah, that was fucking great. This guy's watched Dune. The Spice. And she hovers down from where she was and lands in front of you all and looks at you one at a time, sees Goody, nods. She says, "How may I help you?"
My friends would like a makeover. Is it wrong?
You too.
Oh, what? Yeah.
I look splendid, thank you, and I have plenty of clothes.
Told you.
I don't think that Zim agrees.
My exact thoughts, by the way.
I was told that
Taste is subjective, but style is universal.
in your
I'm hanging it
boutique
up on
that you are the one that makes the assessments and the choices concerning one's.
I typically refuse to serve those that have muddy boots and muddy soles.
Do we need to leave them outside of the door?
Can't leave your soul outside.
I think she meant the other kind of
Oh. Don't think we have muddy
But
soles.
my
We
god,
have muddy boots.
my frontmen let you in, which means they saw something.
It's all good.
Thank God you've already gotten your clothes.
Oh,
She would be able to clothe you.
Oh, I will clothe you all.
I'm not going to shy away from an absolutely brilliant eye to dress me.
Your soul may be too muddy.
My soul is perfectly pure for what it is.
Do you have one?
For what it is.
You guys watch as she raises her hand, and as she does, the curtains that make up the walls of this boutique roll up as she raises her hand. They all just roll up from around you, and light starts beaming in. And as they get to about halfway up, there's this rush of wind that pushes through this little shop, and all of you feel it. No, not like that powerful, but like powerful enough to where you feel it. You're like, whoa,
Somebody's stumbling.
yeah.
I was gonna say, do we get knocked over?
Her afro catches like a sail. It's just. And she says, "Let me assess you." And she's just like looking up into the sky as like this wind is like swirling around you all. And
I don't want to be assessed.
It's too late.
after a few moments, longer than is comfortable, but not long enough to where it feels like you're like getting fatigued standing here. But it's maybe a couple of minutes where she's just staring up with her hands out, and this wind is just blowing through. And she looks down, shakes her head.
I feel violated.
Good work.
Feel violated.
You guys good?
Isla's crashing out, but not below her, so she can't put her feet down.
My feet down, so I stepped on it.
Yeah, that is now your problem. She like grabs her like chest and she's like, "There's a darkness with you."
It's one of those.
Oh.
I don't know if I actually pointed, but
And she's like holding her chest. Oh. How have you made it this long?
Not well. Oh, this one.
No, she's looking at all of us.
Can you determine
talking
who
about?
has the darkness?
All of you.
Oh, man, I thought it was me.
There's not a clean one of you.
What?
Am I dirty?
You do kind of smell a little bit.
There's
I
loss
wanted to
and
get-
disgust and hatred within all of you. There's envy.
Just came for some clothes.
We just don't want our outsides to match our insides.
Well, Indy's green. That's a good color for her.
Green and gray.
I really wanted to get it assessed, dressed,
Well, she did a
I
set.
wanna
She
say
said
yes to
okay.
and dressed, assessed and dressed.
I want to say yes for the dress.
Walter's coming out in a dress.
A black dress, black veil.
Zim is still distraught as she's trying to like wrap her head around this darkness, this evil that is among you all. She's like, none of you have been tailored.
Well, that's why we're here.
Oh, I've been tailored before. What are you talking about?
Wait, let her elaborate. What do you mean?
Your skin is disgusting. Your clothes are wretched. She like cracks. She cracks.
Is that
her
the
fingers.
evilness?
That's the darkness.
She cracks her fingers. She says,
Is that the evil?
I can fix it.
Is that the darkness? Because we're
Oh
dirty?
my god.
Well, you do smell of livestock and fertilizer.
Damn.
You are filthy. All of you.
I got a bath.
Well,
dude.
A bath. And she puts the back of her palm to her head. A bath.
Me too. I'm like, oh.
When did we get a scary dress?
A few days ago.
I'll definitely come down and get back.
It was a 6-day journey here by boat.
And she says, "Thank goodness for my assessment. I know what each of you need.
Beautiful.
One
Thank
at a
you.
time. Please follow me." And she like looks to Winnie. She says,
Oh,
"Come with me, darling."
okay.
And you turn and go behind.
That's scary.
Yeah, another curtain, and she essentially whips up an ensemble for you. So all of these have a clever name. And yours is the Clock Lace Ensemble.
Ooh, lovely. Okay.
So she has her own style. She has her color theme, and then there's a magical perk for each of these.
God,
So the
cool.
style for you is precision, artisan, chic.
Precision artisan chic.
Yes. The color theme is steel gray, violet, and gold.
Steel gray, violet, and gold.
And what I want each of you to do, or I can do it for you, is essentially take these themes and put it into like with your character on ChatGPT to create the image, because I think it'll be really cool. That's the way I had it, was like to prompt it for a ChatGPT thing.
So precision artisan what?
Chic.
Chic.
Yeah, CHIC.
Steel gray, violet, and gold.
Yep. And the magical perk is an arcane reroll. So
Arcane reroll.
yeah, so anytime you are being silenced or disarmed, you get advantage on.
Advantage. Awesome, thank you. But I can decide like what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
sick.
I don't want to create but just like in that style. So like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
feel free to use like whatever you want, or just design it in your head and just tell me. But like, design what you want. But like, that's her style and the color theme, and then you can make it look however you want to.
Sick.
To fit like your own
I'm on
aesthetic. Of course she's gone.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did she go?
Hannah.
My guess is to go to the restroom.
God, she always leaves always.
She always leaves always.
Thrice. So she brings Winnie back and takes Thrice with you.
Bye.
I'll be back.
She's like,
The cloak stays.
Oh, of course.
You were gonna get yours next, but you were gone.
Son of a bitch. Sorry.
I'll do you next.
It'd be really bad.
Okay.
Trying to give you my inspiration, but the feet of the other person next to you is too loud.
So the style and look for you that she's going for, the color theme is void black, pale gray, blood red stitching along the inner hem. The outer hem is all black.
So you still have that.
Your style is assassin's elegance and ball. I swear to God, this is ballroom infiltrator. It's fucking dope. Whatever that means, that sounds dope. Essentially, the style she has in mind for you is kind of like a sleek long cloak. So essentially, she can mimic your current cloak into like a long cloak if you want like a more dressy style. She can essentially just imprint what you have on your cloak of nightly flying bullshit, your cloak of the bats, and put it into like a long obsidian like
This
long
cloak
cloak
of
if you
sunlight
want.
falling.
Yeah. It's very like matte, non-reflective materials for you. Essentially, it has like patterns resembling fangs and crescents and things like that on the inside, but the outside is all black, lined with silks. Dude, this thing just thinks you're a fucking vampire. I swear to God, it's like collars are high and shoulders are sharp.
So you're Dracula.
Yeah. This one is just a straight +1 to your dexterity.
That's strong.
So this is just a solid +1 to your these are not cheap, by the way. You guys will see the prices after. This is a +1 to your dexterity.
We'll see the prices after.
Yeah, you will see prices.
Oh, it is specific. I like that. It's a +1 to dexterity for stealth checks in urban or nighttime environments.
I'm sorry, what? Read it one more
I'm
time.
gonna take away the rest of it and just say a +1 to dexterity. It says a +1 to dexterity for stealth checks in urban or nighttime environments. I'm gonna take that part away and just say an overall +1 to dexterity because these are gonna be expensive. It makes sense.
Are we in the hood?
I will
How urban are we?
say I think yours is probably going to be the most pricey because you have the +1 to dexterity.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good buff. Yeah. But yeah, the color theme is void black, pale gray, and blood red stitching along the inner hems. And then Assassin's Elegance, and my new favorite statement, which is Ballroom Infiltrator.
Ballroom infiltrator.
Let's fucking go. All right, Valerie.
I'm here.
She pulls you back into the room and she describes the look of a deep forest green cloak, textured in layers of leaves draped over sleepless storm brown. You can, of course, describe this however you want. This is just what she is telling you. Your color theme is that of deep purples, midnight, and bone white constellations. Kind of fitting to you. The style is wild grace and primal elegance. Your magical perk for your outfit, your ensemble is called the Verdant Veil.
The verdant veil.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You will gain advantage on all stealth checks during the night.
Oh my god, that's a dog. Hello.
That's
freaky. Hi.
And then a dog will just
She just
spawn.
licked like my finger. I didn't know she was there at all. She just licked my finger. And I was like, oh!
A surprising lick is something, you know.
I didn't know she was down there. Sorry. Yes, you have advantage on all stealth checks at night.
Oh, careful. You just fall to get down.
She flops sometimes.
She did fall.
Yes.
There wasn't grace to that whatsoever.
Okay.
So, okay, I love that.
Asking.
Are we kind of picking what it looks
Oh,
like?
you were
on
gone
us?
for Mandy's?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he gave you the
so
style, the
I'm
color,
giving
the
you a
match
style.
artwork,
Yeah.
and put that in ChatGPT to
Or your own.
Or-
Just
vision.
design it how you
Got
want.
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you can design it how you want. I don't want her to like make your style for you because like it's
Yeah.
supposed to be custom to like what
Sure.
the wind is assessed for you.
Yeah.
But she's going to give
What the
a
fucking
theme
wind is this?
and a color,
And
but then
it
you can
works from there.
yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it did. ChatGPT fucking like gave specifics for all of these. It's pretty cool. Yeah, your thrice, your ensemble, like your outfit, was named the Night Waltz. Just so you know, it's pretty,
That's pretty tight.
pretty fucking tight.
That's pretty tight.
Pretty
That's
tight.
pretty tight.
Tellison, your ensemble, she brings you back. Yours is the Windsteel Ceremonial G or Gi. Essentially, think of like high collared monk's tunics, very similar to what you're currently wearing, cream colored, things like that. The gi bears a stylized dragon tail motif wrapped around the waist. Lightweight, but very obviously reinforced for combat. The color theme for you is sky white, ether blue, and faint iridescent shimmers.
So bright.
The
so
style for
stylish.
you is disciplined divinity meets elegant martial form. Dude, this shit is dope. Can you tell I didn't read this until now? I typed this out, or I prompted it earlier. I'm like, oh, I saw it, like, listed them all. I'm like, that's cool. I'll go through it. That's dope.
That's really
Disciplined divinity meets elegant martial form. It's pretty sick, bro. And then
sick, dude.
your magical effect. Let's see.
Appropriate, though,
Yeah.
isn't
Isn't that cool?
it? That was really good. Where'd you go?
More pleasant expression.
Yeah, can you drop the text descriptions to us
Yeah, I might have to. I might have to.
Just had more
so that we
pleasant.
can chat GPT them?
Yeah. So yours actually comes with 2 effects. Well, 3 effects, but 2 magical effects.
Wow.
They're just not as. It's not like a full increase like his. So
Plus
once per long rest, you gain a +2 to your AC for 1 minute. Only after you've been struck by a critical hit. So once per day, if you're struck by a critical hit, for the next 10 rounds of combat, your AC bumps to +2. And then the other one is while falling, you can gain feather fall if you descend more than 60 feet in a round. So if you're falling more than 60 feet, you can gain this feather fall effect. If it's less than 60 feet, splat.
To the one guy who flies.
Yeah.
Hey, I fly at night.
You sure do, buddy. You sure do, buddy.
At night.
Yeah, we all know.
What was the third thing?
The third is anytime you have like key surges throughout you, there's momentary flickers of blue throughout the seams of your outfit.
Ooh,
So
okay,
it's just like a style
Kind
thing.
of close.
Yeah. I actually didn't create one for the rest of the group. I'm trying to figure out why.
That's it.
That's all I
That's
got.
all, folks.
I can
We
tell
were
you
perfect
can't
the
afford
way
any
we-
more of them.
Yeah, we didn't need nothing.
That is true. Does Chat GPT know that we don't have that much money? So they only have like 3.
No.
I need Walter to get a rainbow outfit.
I'll be like, thank you, and I'll turn around and walk out.
It's the completely opposite. It's all white. It's nothing but white.
Yeah, I think it's pastel, so.
Yeah, that's it.
good.
Yeah.
Well, that's another because I got these shorts. I look like the ocean. These shorts. As it fades into our like the ocean shore.
Like
my phone every year. Going through all these.
No,
It's
right.
created. I'm
Why?
doing-
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding.
So why has this thing where he says my
No.
family not
Well, that's something like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just not doing this
I love
thing.
that.
'Cause-
They're great so far.
Oh, I've got ones for me too.
Yeah.
Make myself look like this.
Just want this to be right, so it's hard.
All right, so next will be Emberlyn. So yours has the color theme of hearth gold, so kind of like the fire gold, embered orange, and rustic bronze.
Ooh.
Oh my god,
Rustic blondes.
this style is so funny.
Oh my god.
Your style is farm girl glam meets
What is it?
farm girl glam meets arcane spark.
Ooh, I like it.
Very Paracelsian.
Very Paracelsian.
That's hot. Nobody remembers Paracelsian?
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
said that, huh?
That's
Just
hot.
that one show.
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's funny.
So once per day, you can cast Create Bonfire
It's new.
as a free action, and then you have a resistance to natural fire.
Maybe you need a hand-proof cover.
Huh?
Is it just like an iPad mini or something?
Yeah, I bought it this week.
Nice.
Love it.
Oh, and you're Goody.
Yes, sir.
She looks at what you're wearing. She pulls you back. She says, "Listen, you look fine, but I'm a business. You see, I must create something.
Oh,
So I'll give you a choice." And she whips up like this beautifully embroidered, like the vest, this black leather vest that is meant to be thrown over what you're currently wearing. She says, "I don't want to affect your current look. I just want to add to it. Think of this as an accessory." And she puts it over you and like cinches it up and like latches these like beautiful like brass like latches on like all the way down. She finishes completing the vest and she looks up and says, "Oh, this is nice." And she just looks and she just pictures like everything you see or everything she sees looking at you, and she's like, This is art." And then she looks up at your face and she's like, "Sorry, I forgot what you look like, but this down here is just beautiful." And the vest, once per long rest, can absorb 1d6 of any type of elemental damage.
Good.
And you also gain +1 Constitution on saving throws against poison or disease.
Mm-hmm.
Poison or disease.
And there was the potential of a rework, or like she gave me the vest, right? But then you said you gave me the option. What's the other option?
She said you look great as
Okay.
you are, so you don't have to buy anything. But she says, "I'm a business, so I still want to make something."
No, for sure.
I like
Yeah.
the facial expression.
I know, right? She looks pissed.
Wait, what? Oh,
I
you said
said,
one?
I said Winnie's. She looks mad.
Yeah, she was like,
She's like, I'm not used to dresses.
she was
Dude,
like, "But
what
maybe
the
half
fuck? Bitch, why you mad?
I know.
Jeez.
I tried to get it to where it would like, I want that exact dress, but like a more pleasant expression. And it gave me something completely different when I asked for that. So I like this dress. That's the dress. Just don't mind her face. She's just got an attitude.
And her face looks like someone said, "You look just like your mom in that dress." Like,
Oh, it does.
I say to Zim, I go, "Well, anything at all from you would be an honor to wear. And if you don't mind, could I even sing or maybe write songs about you to praise you as I go along?"
You wouldn't be the first.
Well, I take that as approval.
Of course.
If there's anything I can do for you, whatever your heart's desire, please let me know. I'd like to make it come true.
Just pay full retail. That's all I ask.
Anything less would be
How
an
desperate are you
absolute
for
insult.
Walter. Your style,
Oh no.
very appropriate. Grit polished regality, mixed with war forged grandeur. So essentially, a regal warlord is kind of what it comes to.
I don't hate this.
Your color theme: forged steel, black and bronzed, and royal cobalt.
Okay, hold on. Forged steel,
Black and bronze,
black and bronze,
and royal cobalt.
and royal coat.
It's pretty.
Blood boils in there. Pop into that.
Okay.
Any color at all?
Well,
Yeah,
Royal Cobalt.
the royal cobalt.
Yeah, I know.
Once per long rest, after dealing damage with a weapon or a spell.
How convenient.
Yes. So once per long rest, you can do this once per day, once per long rest.
Yeah.
You will gain temporary hit points equal to half the damage dealt. So you can choose if you have a really big hit. The max is 15. So if you do over 30 damage in one hit, you can gain temporary hit points up to 15 once per day.
315 temp HP. Cool.
And then just the fun part of your outfit, arcane sparks will trail lightly behind heavy footsteps when you're moving with purpose. So when you're sprinting or running.
So yeah, when you're when you're racing Goody, you have little sparks behind you.
Okay.
What the fuck? Aberdeen.
I just imagine before she like pulls her back, she's holding on to Thrice's leg. Just being like,
I don't have to go. I don't have to go. I'm fine. I'm a dirty girl. It's okay. Dirty girl.
Don't worry, she only talks at you, not really to you, so you'll be fine.
I just imagine you like
Girl, come.
Try just-
She will.
You just dead weight and she lifts you in the air.
That's how it is.
For you, your color theme is liquid black,
Oh.
aurora glinted teal, whatever the fuck that means.
Okay, hold on. I gotta write this.
Yeah, I missed my colors.
So you said tinted black, liquid black.
Liquid black, and
aurora
aurora glinted.
tinted-
Yeah,
glinted teal.
aurora glinted teal. That's a tongue twister.
Okay.
And shifting gray. As if it wasn't enough
Yeah.
after the first two. And then your style is illusionist savant. Emotionally resonant performer. I don't think this knows who you are.
I don't think it does.
This one seems off.
You want to try it again?
Kinda, because that's not even close.
That is so
So,
sick.
I was gonna say, you ran an orphanage, but all of a sudden, you sounded a lot like Thrice.
I am a little bit. You're rubbing off on me.
Was.
Hey, here to look like my hood.
I'm your helmet.
Yeah, an armored hat.
I'm secretly the scarier one out of the two of us. They just don't know it yet.
I don't know how they got that.
You look so grumpy.
I know. I tried. I'm asking for a completely different dress to see if it'll give me a nice, pleasant look. I wrote down everything if you want to put it on there. So, good polished legality with warforged grandeur, and then forged steel, black and bronze, and then royal cobalt.
I'm so complicated.
You gotta make her ears pointy though, Mandy. She doesn't have pointy ears.
Okay.
I cannot.
Is this
I,
better?
I literally asked for the same image, but
Find
with a
out.
pleasant expression, and give me a completely different image.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
I was-
gonna give you what I want.
She typed it out.
Actually, do you want me to try and fix that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, got you. Not liquid black.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah,
lots
no.
of people are creating images.
The
right
color
now.
theme.
I know. Yeah.
The color
They're
theme
all right
here.
here.
The color theme here is dawn cream,
Okay.
cornflower blue,
Ooh, I love that color.
and ambered gold.
Yeah, that's better.
The style is pastoral grace, divine humility, and a quiet strength.
Okay, pastoral grace, a
Divine humility and a quiet strength.
Okay, this is like who she looks like.
that makes more sense.
Pained.
Please don't.
So
She
also,
looks like Daisy Ridley.
so your magical effect is you have the steadfast soil, which means when you're standing on natural ground, when you're standing on natural ground and you're wearing this outfit, that should be the obvious part. You have to be wearing this outfit for any of these benefits. You gain advantage against being knocked prone or being moved unwillingly by any effect while standing on natural ground.
It's great. The two places we've been are
In
two
the
floating
air.
cities.
She was born on the ground. And the wind assessment knew that. And then when you cast any healing spell on an ally, they also gain 1d4 temporary hit points once per day. So
That's nice.
Still on natural ground, or is that one?
that one's just up there. Yeah.
Okay, what were my colors again? My colors.
You weren't listening.
I'm trying to write down.
Uh,
I got red gold and
embered orange, and embered orange, and rustic bronze. Do you need your style again? Because I'm happy to say it.
Homegirl Glam meets Arcane Spark.
Yeah, that was fun.
Amber.
And a quiet strength. I'm
Sure,
quiet.
you're quiet.
What'd you say?
Sometimes.
I've got grace and I'm divine.
Grace is what I've always said about Abby.
It's gonna dig real deep.
She only vomited into her own hair.
Can I
While you guys are building out your new looks and all that, I'm gonna run to the restroom, so I'm gonna pause this real quick.
Okay.
We'll take a break while you guys are doing that.
Right.
We haven't. Yeah,
Alright,
it hasn't
we're back.
exactly.
No.
Fucking losers. Stupid outfits.
That was
Thinking-
really fun.
You guys are all dressed up.
I'm gonna have to do this
Yeah, we
online,
enjoyed
but I can't
that.
get her-
That
You're all dressed up.
Just for Bonnie.
You're looking good. Looking fresh.
Yeah.
Thrice, did you put yours in the chat?
Working on it.
I'm also
It's
working on
taken a
hers,
while.
Too.
Huh?
I'm also working on hers.
I thought you had yours.
She accidentally, I think it accidentally got deleted when she left the chat.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, you can press the redo button and then it just
Ah.
wipes everything that it had done.
That's what I did. Nice, so cute.
And then ChatGPT gave her like an 8-year-old version of her.
That is so
It
cute.
did not go well.
That's on the wall.
That's
That's
her
her
first grade school picture.
I love that.
Is it good enough to put in the chat just for a minute?
That's not me, though.
Okay.
That's her.
That's
20
you as a
years ago.
I
kid.
said good enough to put in the chat.
You should still put it in the chat because it's cute.
It's pretty solid.
You know, the good one shows it just delete those.
Yeah. When you have the good one, you just delete the other one that
How
you
about this?
sent.
Yeah.
They'll continue playing and I'll figure it out.
Well, hold on, wait, don't put it in chat yet.
You know what I'm saying? We'll play. And then
Is it still playing?
This is very important that we figure this out right now. The game cannot go forward until we have the exact image.
Exactly.
I'm kidding. You guys take your time.
yeah.
Is
It can render while I'm waiting.
with Madam Zen. When I'm.
Oh, madam. Oh, she got upgraded.
I don't know.
Let's
That's
go.
what I figured.
No, I like it. She likes it too.
Conjured magical clothes out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
while I'm getting changed, it's in a closed room. I imagine. No one's.
Just in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Just getting into it.
I just want to make that point clear.
Yeah. What are you asking? That you're.
Was it
you're
like a
naked?
closed off room that you get changed in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys don't get changed here. She's
Oh, okay.
she's giving you the outfits and then she's gonna put them in these nice boxes.
Oh,
to hand to
okay,
you.
cool.
We're not gonna put them on here. It's not. There's no changing room.
I would like to ask her, and I'll show her the gauntlet rings that I have. Do you know where I could find a gem to put in here that would represent any of the spirits?
A gem?
A gem?
Gems don't represent spirits. What do you mean?
I can if it's energy crystallized.
Like a lift crystal.
Could be, I guess, when it's small enough to fit. I like to think that I'm very in tune with the spirits.
Don't we all? And she just kind of spins and lifts herself up with the air. Just, I think I'm pretty in tune as well, and then falls back down.
You
and
are
just
made of
says,
them.
I'm not sure if there's a crystal or a gemstone for it, but who knows? They're always making new inventions and new advances in technology. I'm sure we'll get there. Perhaps Madame Faraday would be of assistance for you. She's always making something new.
Well, she did make these a long time ago, apparently.
Then I'm sure she would be the one to be able to find what fits.
Thank you for your time. What's the bill?
Oh shit! Yeah, what's the bill? How much
Is this
do
going to
you
be all together for the group?
Yep.
Can we get it itemized?
No.
Nope.
For all 8 ensembles would be 12,800 gold.
Oh,
Hey, he's got it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's easy.
that's not nearly as bad.
I meant to say 22,000.
No!
I didn't say that out loud.
Everyone's reaction at once. She's like, she takes it. She takes
Everyone but goodies.
We're gonna
it.
blow.
Everyone but goodies.
Everyone but goodies.
Goody gives her the 6 gold he has.
Okay, so not all together.
Yes, I'll forget.
Oh. She takes it all.
We're gonna blow that money so fast.
Yes.
It's already gone, isn't it?
Well, you had 46,000 and change,
Oh.
and now it's
we
down
have
to
54,000.
what? No, it was 46,000.
46.
I thought, well, we got 100K from.
Mm-hmm. And he spent 50,000 getting the boat back, and then he gave 5,000
Oh,
to
my apologies.
the orphanage, and then he had some other money before he got the 100K. So that's where it's at 46.
6 gold. That enough?
He paid for it.
34,000 and 196.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your bank has 34,000.
Thank you.
The
Now I
bank
have
of
access
Telly.
to 32,000.
La la la. So, you guys walk out, each of you with your own embroidered box with your new outfits. You can choose to go back to the ship to change or carry this with you until you get to where you're trying to go. It's up to you.
What time is it the day of it? Is it?
You guys were
Can
at
I
the bar
fly?
for a while.
Yeah.
We'll say it's probably like getting towards like end of the day, but not nighttime yet. So probably like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Damn it.
How long would it take to go back to the ship and change?
A few minutes. You guys are still right here at the outer rim.
There's still other stuff to see. Get information.
Yeah, why not? I guess we
Yeah,
go-
change and then try
We go change.
change and try to get into the inner circles at least, just to take a look see.
Cool. So you guys go back to the boat. You change and you leave again. And Flint, as you guys all leave, he's like, you guys look like assholes.
I agree.
In a good way. You guys look like you'll fit in here.
That was the goal.
Yay.
That's the last
You look beautiful. The rest of you guys look so dumb. You're going to fit right in.
Thanks, brother.
You guys are going to look great. They're going to be welcoming you so quickly.
So we'll go up to the inner city.
Just for my own curiosity, where'd you guys get the clothes?
Zims.
Zim. It's a floating.
It's
now
rather
we're
expensive.
interested in how dumb we look.
Yeah, you guys look so stupid. I would never dress like that. And what's the address?
What's the address so I can make sure to avoid it?
it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't even get close to that place.
If you go up that street, you literally can't miss it. It's a floating.
It's rather expensive. Just be prepared.
I come into money.
That is true.
That's true.
He did recently come into roughly 50,000 gold.
That's fair.
And that's just what we gave them.
It's true.
Yeah.
Since I was already in my garb and she just added to it while they were changing.
Yeah.
They're going to whatever private quarters to see.
I'm assuming you guys all had like private rooms because this boat was built for like a crew of like 15. So like you guys probably all had your own rooms, or some variation of it. So yeah, you have like private quarters.
I go to my private quarters and I would like to take a look Make sure everybody's changing. Close the door.
Make sure they're all changing.
Well, I mean,
Just make sure everyone's naked right now.
Make sure nobody's in the hallway.
In everybody's room.
Make sure nobody's in the hallway, and then I would like to open the book, and I write in Infernal on a page, and I write specifically the following phrase.
What are you writing?
Sunimad Munmo Muro Refni Osmodeus Suvret Sut Isrozan Muleknak Mut Tivuluastap. And as I do that, I rip the page out and I crumple it in my hand and I burn it with infernal fire. And I say Sunimad Otepet, which, as a nerd, as we all are, that's Latin in reverse, which is actually believed to be the devil's language.
Wow.
And so basically I said in Latin, in reverse, Lord of all hells, Osmodeus, your servant Isrozan, request your counsel.
Oh.
And I say, Master, I request thee over and over again. And I try to imagine myself in my true form. Osmodeus.
Servant. Who? Don't repeat it.
And so I try to see if I can contact him in a few moments.
Wait, you go into your form?
Whatever.
Like...
No, I'm imagining my true form.
Why is this ship getting hotter?
Outside of game, this is not my true form.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
In a few moments, I'd like to see if I can make counsel with him just for a few moments as everybody's doing their thing.
As you burn the paper from your journal and you speak the words, the siding on this, the inside of the ship, this wood siding starts to change and crack and take the form of a face of Asmodeus. And this entire room starts to turn like a dark red. Like a dark red.
That's the crackling of
the crackling of the flames.
Yeah.
And the as the kindling lights, and there's a smoke coming from outside of. People who were to walk by would see like a small amount of smoke coming out of the room, but not enough to be worried, but enough to.
If it's a Libby's room, it'd be like, well, I mean, that's right.
Wow!
You
I'm over here.
I was gonna go full red, but I don't. I think that's too dark for the camera. Let's see.
Let's try.
Yeah, that's too dark.
Aw.
Actually, it looks good on the camera. It's dark and wow, that's weird.
Yeah, what's the light?
Wait, hold on. I can change this too. Sorry, that's my little light. Light for the camera. This red. So yes, the wall of this room changes to the form of the reigning devil of the Nine Hells, Asmodeus. And he, without words, looks to you, and the entire wall just shifts its focus to you. And he just kind of lets out a growl, like
I kneel down, both my hands on the ground, and I one knee lower my head, and I go, "My dark lord Osmodeus, your servant Israzan requests a few questions of counsel." I
got this voice down.
I say, I have been working on collection of souls for yours, truly. But I request counsel in regards to a few. I most recently made a soul pact with one halfling, a gnome. There was a person, an individual in this realm by the name of Ithriel that marked our soul. Specifically, I apologize, your soul. Are we currently working with an Ithriel?
No. He's working for me.
Thank you for confirming my concerns. One more thing in sensitivity is Glazia was able to approach this gnome and create a contract in concurrence with ours. Should I be worried? Is she free from the prison that you locked her up in?
Yes. She is free. And she is angry.
Are we currently in a battle with Glauzia for the power over this realm?
Not yet. I'm building an army. Your souls are contributing.
As is your will, my Dark Lord. This form is very weak, and I apologize for my lack of influence I can do on the mortals. But I feel myself growing stronger as time goes. I hope that at one point in time you can bestow upon me my natural form.
Give me more souls, and we will speak of this.
By the hells, it would be your grace, Osmodius.
And the wall just... The entire ship is now on fire. You all should run.
I didn't do it.
That was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Of course.
I was like, hey man, what's going on with this guy?
There is a remote, but I never think to use this thing. I just tap, tap, tap. So...
Now we're ready-ish.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And we know.
Up to the inner circles.
I guess we don't know, but
We assume.
you found out that Ithriel's
Yeah, I was
working
cool with you guys
for.
now.
Yeah.
You're cool with us not knowing.
I mean, we don't know.
Well, at one point,
Players
I asked
know.
Shane, I was like, is it private? I was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I enjoy a little, like, what the fuck?
So, what is your plan now? Are you trying to get into the inner rings? Is that the goal?
I think so. Do we have any...
Are you trying to go to... Who are you trying to go see?
Yeah,
right
we're
now?
gonna see first.
Mama?
Elowen's gonna be the easiest.
Over your mother?
I think your mother would be the easiest.
Tell that to the person who said Elowen's gonna be easy.
Yeah, they
It's
did-
gonna be
they
more
did say
difficult
that.
to get to
Okay.
Evelyn.
Story
Yeah.
of Adam's life.
They said Elowen's gonna be very easy to get to and talk to.
Should we take a look at your old foundry? See if there's something there?
I'd be okay with that.
Elowen is going to be easier to see than your mother. That's
It is a very weird statement to say.
I'm just repeating what the god said.
What,
Ashton said that, not the guard.
Who did?
The bartender.
Did he say it?
He's the one that said it was easier. The guard said it would be harder to get to the academy. He laughed at us when we said we wanted to get to the academy.
I mean, maybe we can always go to like a guard station and try and send a message to your mother.
She's a hermit.
I don't have sending, so.
She can send a pass.
Well, I mean, don't we need to have some sort of
If
documentation?
anybody can
IDs,
get to her,
uh,
she door dashes and leaves at the door.
He did say if we don't have IDs, we need to have gold.
I mean, if we see an ID,
How
I
much
mean,
more
we feel like
gold
we
do
can
we
make
have?
some, right?
Oh, I can copy pretty well.
We have 32,000 left.
Yeah, but if you can copy them,
You
we'll
can-
get something made.
Well, I was thinking more like along the lines if there's a signature, maybe, or I can do quite a good amount of things with the forgery stuff.
I mean, I could are they photocopies? Probably not.
I'd have to see him.
What are photos?
Exactly. But I mean, you know what? I can do a little walking through a crowded area. Maybe I'll walk out with some.
That would help me.
Why don't we try the
We should-
checkpoint first?
Yeah.
And
Let's try the checkpoint to see what's required of us to pass through.
why are you so loose with your gold? It's crazy. As says the guy who's literally dropped gold.
I just want
Other
to see what
people's gold.
I just want to see what they're asking for.
Gold. Or an ID.
How much? Okay, well then we'll go and see how much gold that they need.
Either gold or an ID. Let's go.
And then we can always leave and then come back.
Well, yeah, but then we're suspicious. We come back with IDs. Come on.
Or gold.
We're very
Or
noticeable.
gold.
Actually, I think we blend in more now.
Yeah.
Except this one.
Okay.
And you.
Horns.
Uh-huh.
Gray.
Is there like a lack of species diversity here?
No.
With all due
All right then.
With all due
He
respect,
blends.
Rice.
Horns, stars, horns.
With all-
Everyone's here.
Nobody's got stars.
With all due respect.
But apparently, the woman has the moving tattoos. Maybe you know.
Yeah, moving tattoos, glowing tattoos, difference.
And she was a main character.
Rice, for one moment, could you
I
let
could be
other
a main
people around you
character.
not
You
kill
are,
and
that's
get you progressing?
Well, I'm not thinking about killing. I'm just, maybe I'll rub
Yeah.
people's
Listen,
thighs a little bit.
I am able to get you fine clothes. Why don't we let some other people here get you into wherever you need to go?
Let's just go to the checkpoint first. And see what we
So
can
you guys go to the checkpoint. Another
You
one
signed
of
up for this.
Another one
Trying
of the
to
wardens.
open a door and we do all the options except for actually trying to open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just try the checkpoint.
So the warden at the checkpoint sees you all approach, and he bows cordially, and he says, "What's your business? Where are we going?"
I'm looking to gain an audience with
Otherwise,
and then Faraday.
Excuse me.
What are we doing in
are we doing your mom?
I think.
Well, y'all told me that I didn't hear that conversation with him, so I was mistaken. So I don't know that it's easier to get to Elowen.
Neither
So
do
I'm
I
gonna
was
say Elowen.
performing.
I'm
Let's
sure.
just go with Eleanor.
The guard told us that. Well, he laughed at us. He laughed in our faces.
Right.
who
So
are
I
we here
feel
to see?
Evelyn Faraday.
Faraday. As he's like looking through this paperwork. Faraday. Well, she's not accepting visitors. Do you have a pass?
I don't. But I am her daughter, and I'm hoping that maybe if she knows that I'm here to visit, that she'll.
It's
make
her
an
daughter.
Okay.
And he yells up the chain, and they all look down, and they're like, "1 second." And he puts a little pebble up to his head, and he's like,
Fourth ring, didn't pick up.
Call me on my cell phone.
Show.
I bet she's,
she's excited that you're here. Please come through. I need identification from everyone and a disclosure of intent. So, obviously, you're her daughter. I just need a brief description from each of you of what you're doing here and why you need to see Miss Faraday. We'll start with you, darling. Name, disclosure of intent.
Emberlyn Ash Blossom, and I'm.
And is that on an identification card?
I don't know what that is.
Identification.
What is identification card?
Proof that you are who you are.
I don't know how to get that.
I don't have one of those. So where do we get
Oh
that?
We're
no,
not
this
sure
is
how to-
horrible.
I'm not sure how to acquire identification.
I'll slide 5 gold on the little window.
How much gold would it be
There's-
to overlook this particular
Well, I need your names, the intents and identification. 80.
I believe names would be very easy.
70 more. Sorry, 75 more gold.
And he's like, okay, and he like here's what's your name, sir?
My name is Goodson G. Goodall. Goody goody if you want to write that down.
And you, ma'am.
Winifred Faraday.
Of course. The child.
The child.
Sir?
Volta Noric.
Strong. Foreign. Welcome, sir.
Teleson Mathal.
Valerie Mazal.
He's like writing all these down. Yes?
Thrice.
Last name, sir?
Anathol.
Anathol. Whoa, city boy. Welcome.
Aberdeen.
Mayweather.
I'm sorry, I need to hear from her.
She won't.
Just tell your name. Just tell your name 2 thrice.
It is
and you'll
protocol I
get
hear from the
love
identified
you,
person.
it. Tell your name 2 thrice.
You say it real loud.
My name is Aberdeen
Aberdeen
Mayweather.
Mayweather. Okay.
I can only hear it if you say it.
I just need everyone to sign the document saying you're not here to kill, steal, break the laws, blah blah blah. And so he passes it around, and then as you hand it back, you slide over the 80 gold as well. And he says,
Does everyone sign it?
"Yeah, that's a good
Notice
point."
that mine is
making
not-
sure.
Does he notice that mine is an X?
What do you mean?
What would you say?
He's not alright.
Well, Shade knows this. I can't write.
You can't write.
I can speak every language. I cannot read or write any language.
As
at
long
all.
as it just looks like a generic signature, whether it's scribbles or
It's
whatever
just
you want to
squiggle
Okay,
lines.
yeah,
Look
just
at me
squiggle.
cross through
He
it.
does look at it for a second. He says, "Goodson X, Goodson X, good old."
That's just how I sign.
And he's like, everyone has
It's,
everyone has a brand.
Alsarian, it's how he spelled
Everyone
it.
has a brand. And he goes through and he collects the coin. He says, right through, and he opens up the gate. And as you guys walk through across this etheric bridge, there's a soft breeze, but it's very sturdy. The bridge is very, very sturdy as you walk across, and it's like wide enough to probably fit like 6 or 7 people wide. It's a big bridge. It's not like a little like across a volcano, like a little like scary bridge. It's like
It's a big, strong bridge.
It's a big boy. It's a big boy.
That's a huge bridge.
That's a huge bridge.
That's a really nice bread.
Thank you.
Nice.
Definitely bridges gaps.
All right.
Truly.
All right. You throw some.
Do like a slow-mo walk. All of us.
In our gear. in our
It's like
gear
astronauts
outfits.
going into the.
Yeah.
As you guys walk
Takes us 30
through,
minutes to cross.
yeah. So yeah, takes you a bit. So this is the drift walks. You guys walk through the drift walks, and you know that from. Well, I guess the guard at the front would have given you basic directions to where Mrs. Faraday is, but she's actually not in the drift walk. She's in the Aether Hearth, so she's one more step in. To avoid the same encounter, you guys do the same thing at the next place. You have to pay
Thank
another
you.
80 gold.
James, how much money we got?
Do you want to take that 80? I paid the other 80 out of my pocket.
I mean, not necessarily, no. But I guess I will.
Oh, you can stay back then.
Right, then just hand me 70 and you stay here.
You stay here.
I can pay for the 10.
He pays for everyone else and he stays. That's the dumbest investment.
It's not his money, it's our money.
Technically,
If it makes you feel better.
I found that money.
Technically, it wasn't y'all's.
He likes to hold on to the shinies.
Yeah, it was never ours.
Yeah, technically, you guys, and I listened back to it today. Technically, you guys stole the money without even knowing that anything had happened. You guys just showed up and were like, "No one's here. Thrice isn't here. Here's money. I'm gonna steal it." And you left. And
It was very much the chick I have a crush on hates this guy. Michael.
To be fair, because you made the money on my deal, that's my argument.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a valid point.
Yeah,
What?
that's my money, you fucks.
Nah.
I gave this guy inspiration to make money.
Sick.
So you go through the drift walks,
Here,
and again,
you
it's
can read this for me, all.
it's a noticeable step up. It's a noticeable step up in luxury, and there's much less people here than on the Outer Rim. Then you go through that second gate, pay the 80 gold again, and now you're in the Aether Hearth. So this is where the luxury really kicks up. This is where people aren't even walking. Everyone is on either being carried on like some sort of device that carries them to where they're going.
I fit
We're talking
right
like
in.
Wally kind of chairs.
Something like that,
It's like
yeah.
they hold
I-
me.
Everyone has their own. Everyone has their own
was
platform.
royalty this whole time. You've been carrying me around. God, I fit in.
This is also where the academy is. This is where a lot of the inventors, which is why Faraday is here. And so this is kind of where the heart of Nimbusara really is from a geopolitical standpoint. So like the location and then like who you know. What was it called? The Perch.
The storm.
Yeah, the Stormsmith's Perch is incredibly obvious. So you guys want. So there's clearly there's clearly the academia, like the actual, like where there's like 7 or 8 towers that are, if you were to go along this spire, if you were to go left, you can see where these are built into this, it's all a ring. You can see where these are stacked. When you look right, there's none of that. It's all residential, it's just luxury homes. But then you see floating above everything, you see stacked on these like mechanical legs that are standing like above the rest of this spire, or this ring, if you want to call it that. It's like a Howl's Moving Castle style giant like building that's levitated not only by lift crystals but also by mechanical legs latching it to and securing it to the ring. That is the Stormsmith's perch.
Cool.
Awesome. So, as you guys walk through, again, you get some looks because you don't have personal transportation. You're you are walking on foot. The streets are incredibly clean. This whole ring is a big jump up in luxury. Everything is stainless steel, brushed bronze and golds and silvers, and you're not in Kansas anymore,
Instead of take off your shoes before you come in the house, take off your shoes before you come into this part of town.
Yeah. Don't even step in this part of town.
Yeah. We're smudging the literal floor outside. People like.
Yeah. As you approach this, as you guys get closer and closer, it takes you a little while to get there because it is farther than it looks when you first see it.
It's moving. Like right about the speed we're walking.
No, not quite like that. That would be funny, but no.
Takes us like a good. We follow it all the way around.
You guys do get to where this building is, where this mechanical beast of a building is, and this is it seems to be the only way to get in would be if there is a invitation. There's no like ladder or walkway or anything. There's no way to climb up into this thing. It's just, you look at the bottom of it, it's just solid like metal and steel. What do you do to get her attention?
Is it nighttime?
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's getting it's getting close. At this point, it's probably like
it's got at nighttime.
It's got to be almost like 6
o'clock.
o'clock.
For your mother.
I'm gonna light a torch.
But she has a handful of goldfish.
Have you had those crackers in your pocket this whole time?
While you eat the cracker,
Did you choose now to eat them?
You guys all notice as you guys are looking up at this, trying to figure out and assess a way inside. She's always gone. Every time I look, so as you try to assess a way inside,
you're right.
You said you're always gone when you're trying to do something.
No, you guys see a strike of lightning hit the top of this, and it's one of those lightnings that it doesn't just. It's like it sits and holds for a few seconds, and it's like, and the whole building just sort of irradiates with energy as it soaks it in, and it like pulls it into the building, and you see the entire building just sort of glow for a moment. All right, now that you're done eating, what do you want to do?
So like, how far away are we from? Like,
it's about 50 feet above you. It's pretty tall.
Can I try and send a message to my mom?
Yeah.
It's like 120 feet, so I don't know.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not going to be a stickler for that.
Okay, thanks.
She's 126 feet away. I did the math.
Hopefully she doesn't ponder to the other side of the room.
Yeah, so I'll cast a message, and I'll say, hello, Mother. This is Winnie. I've brought 7 of my traveling friends.
There you go.
And we don't see an entrance necessarily. I'm hoping that we can come in.
8, nothing.
10 with Swiss. Or 9 with Swiss. I can count. Mom?
You accidentally Lily started under
I'm just shaking.
No, it's fucking done.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yes. Yeah, I don't get it.
Cool. Yeah, a few moments pass. There's a it's kind of like a UFO. Like the middle of it, so the circle opens, and you just hear your mom's voice in your head. She's like, "Oh, come up, come right up."
All right, let's go.
Did not volunteer.
She's opened up an entrance for us.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a tractor beam or anything. Like you have to figure out a way to get up there.
Oh shit! Okay.
How far up?
About 50 feet.
How tall are the buildings?
How much rope do we
around?
It's about 200. It's about 6:45 at night. The sun's slowly going down.
I'll be up there in about
How far
30.
up are the okay. So I'm gonna tap my chest and cast jump on myself. Jump 30 feet, cast one of the legs. Jump off of that and then teleport into the opening.
Okay.
Fucking bye.
I'll just take off my boots, grab Winnie, and go.
Okay.
Can I just look around to see if there's any of these flying things?
Wait. Go back down and do that for them as well, please.
I'm gonna bird up.
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing.
You're gonna bird.
I'm not a pro this time. I went with
I took
something
them off.
else. He was
I
mad.
took them off.
Is he mad about everything?
Why don't you go with a dragonfly? He'll only eat you.
Or I guess I could jump 30 feet up and then teleport in.
What kind of bird?
Left us.
I will activate
Well,
Telus in the elevator.
Do a blue jay.
How about I do a bat instead?
A bat?
Like,
They can only fly at night.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Son of a bitch, not a bat.
We specifically encase that in our lore that they can only fly
Turn
at
into a
night.
penguin. Oh shit.
I'm gonna be a gluckin.
I bet
Okay,
you if
here we
you
go.
turned into like a hamster, we could.
It's only 50 feet. Yeah, you can throw that.
Yeah.
For everyone else who can't fly, I will activate Telus in the elevator.
The
televator.
Yeah, the televator. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Doors are closing. You better be quick. All right, everyone's up.
Yay!
Yay.
And you're
My shoes
glutton.
back on.
Yeah, you put your shoes back on. As you guys get up into this machine, excuse me, the floor closes beneath you, and Mrs. Faraday steps down, and she is not much taller than you, Winnie, but she's about relatively the same height, and she's kind of got the classic was just working on something and too busy to spruce herself up look going on, and she kind of peeks her way around the corner and sees you all. Just, you're here! You're really here! Hello, everyone.
I'm gonna go run up to her with Swiss coming after me, and then I'm gonna give her a hug.
She gives
and
you a hug.
Swiss is gonna act like a
Yeah.
little dog.
Yeah, Swiss is gonna jump up at her, and then she's gonna look at Swiss and say, "Oh."
I know he's not much. Still trying.
He's not. He'll be better eventually.
Thank you, Mother.
He'll be better one day. Just let me work on him for a little bit. I'll fix him right up. Everyone, welcome. Welcome. This is my home, my perch.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We've heard wonderful things.
Good evening.
Of course you have. Tell me about your friends. Who do we have here? Who do we have here? Introduce them. Stop eating for a moment and talk to me. We're all playing with the one person.
So
we're all playing with the one person in your fucking backstory, and you choose to have
in character, I was like, you had crackers in your pocket, you eat them just so. She goes, I'm nervy. And so, that's a character trait of Winnie's now. She nervous eats.
I always have crackers in my pocket.
And she's like, darling, don't be nervous.
So let me talk to us today.
You just have a bunch of oral fixations. You smoke and you
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, this is Emberlyn.
Hi.
This is Goody Goody. This is Volta. This is Tellison, Valerie, Thrice, and Aberdeen.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.
You all must
very
be
much.
so hungry and thirsty, and
I would.
you poor things. You must have been traveling so long.
Yes.
Where did you come from? Where are you all from? Where'd you come from?
Stormridge. No. What's Skyridge?
Skyridge.
We've always been the first 6 sessions there.
Fuck is this?
I know.
What did I just say last time?
Dude, everything named in this world is so on the nose too. It's
It's not
like
Skyrim. It's like, oh yeah, we came from Stormridge.
well, there is a storm hold. Like there's an actual storm. So she's probably like, oh.
Skyridge. Sorry.
Did you say Sky's Reach?
Skyridge.
Did you just do the Krogers of the Skyrim? Just pluralize that shit. All right.
We just took a shift from Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why this is so funny, but I'm so happy to hear that.
I grew up in a cave.
You grew up in a cave, of course you did. Of course you did. But you all look wonderful.
Thank you.
Your outfits are exquisite. You fit right in. Very Nimbusaran. Very beautiful.
Very out of place.
No, you're very much in place. That's my point.
We got some weird looks before we came up here.
With all due respect, you do look
We didn't
good.
have that personal
thanks,
transportation.
Oh, that's just in the
I like
that's just in the third spire. Don't
Your
worry
dad
about it.
wouldn't expect you to be.
My dad
What's
don't
that?
like it either.
I was saying that her father would never expect to be here in such fine clothes.
No.
Why are you poor?
Yeah.
I'm not poor. I'm.
Of course, no, you're rich in friendship. We get it, but are you?
She's from a farmer.
I'm a farmer.
Yeah, from
I'm
oh,
farming community.
So you're poor. It's okay to be
I'm
poor.
not poor. We're well off.
Of course you are. Of course
We're
you
not
are.
rich like you, but we're well off.
Of course, no. Everyone has to make a living. It's wonderful.
You have plenty of money.
Not compared to these people.
Well, no, not very.
And she's just like, I welcome you all. I welcome you all.
Thank you. So, how did
You
you?
while you guys are talking, by the way, you just keep hearing like random like crashes and noises of things above, just like. But she's not reacting at all. Like it's just a part of. Like,
Yeah.
It's just how shit goes here.
You
Background
hear some
ambiance.
gears.
Like yeah, lots of gears and
noises.
mechanical sounds, but every once in a while you hear like a it sounds like a metal jug hits the ground or like something. Yeah, it's like you hear those kind of reverberating noises from the distance.
When
The cartoon like.
when we first arrived, the guard looked at Swiss and thought that it looked like a Faraday robot.
Of course, he looks like a very early edition.
I know.
Very primitive.
He has a ways to go, but he has improved since I first made him as a child. But I'm curious what projects you've been working on.
You didn't travel all this way to ask me about my projects, did you?
No. Other things too, but we don't have to talk about that in front of everyone.
Why not? I'm an open book. Except about my projects, I'm very private.
Right, so maybe we could talk about this in private.
Do you know Captain Flint?
Her face blushes in red. She's like, is he here?
Yes.
I don't like
And she starts looking amongst all of you.
He's on the ship.
He's on the ship.
Flew us here.
That's how we got.
He flew you here.
I heard he was one of your conquests.
No,
He immediately told me when he found out who I was. Oh no.
Oh, I used him for my will. He's a very sturdy man.
Donnie,
That's his
Bobby.
little sister.
He's a very strong and sturdy and capable man.
I don't want to know.
Love.
I don't want to
She's
know.
saying he's got a huge.
I don't Gross.
Yes, he's the
Like
one
if you
who-
could imagine an elephant's trunk.
Oh my
And then-
god. So he
He brought a new definition to the whole doggy style thing.
Oh my god.
Well, now I'm interested.
So yes,
No.
yes, he's the one who flew us here. We're honestly trying to get some information, specifically wanting to visit Elowin. Draxel? Are you familiar with her?
And I thought you were here to see me.
Sure.
I am.
I'm not.
I mean, yeah, that's true. We do.
I mean, there was 2 reasons why we came to Nimbusara. I need to speak with you just about some things, and also, obviously you've been working quite hard. I wonder if there are some different gadgets we could procure.
Yeah, you make. Pardon my French. You make cool shit. I want to look at it. I'm not going to steal your trade secrets. I don't know how any of this shit works.
You made these.
I just want to see it.
Well, sure, but why don't you want to be here? You said you don't want to be here?
I don't use trinkets, they scare me.
They scare you?
Yeah, they blow.
Are you easily frightened?
Yeah, very.
That's bullshit.
Are you?
There's no way. I haven't known him long, but I think he's lying.
Ask her if she's gonna marry my brother.
Nope, she's not.
She's not. She's absolutely not. I
She
assume
might meet
she
your
won't
brother,
marry.
then.
They made love.
They sure did.
They sure did.
They made love.
Just because 2 people make love doesn't mean they love each other.
I wouldn't even really call it making love. It just probably was just physical.
Animalistic.
I
think lust is the word we're looking for.
Yes.
No, animalistic was probably more accurate.
No, I'm so ready
Was
to
it
learn
a more
about
than
that.
one time thing? Was it a frequent?
I mean, you have to think, we were on the
Hundreds.
boat. We were on the boat with Flint for like 6 months traveling this
Oh, how was he?
I didn't have sex with him.
Oh, that's too
That's
bad.
unfortunate.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Well, once I found out that you and him
Oh, that's
were,
fair. No,
you know.
that's fair.
He doesn't
Any of
really look
you?
like he's aged that much.
My brother.
What's your brother? So probably no.
If anybody,
No.
he's plowing from Nimbusara to
Just-
Strong.
And just to clear the air, none of us, I don't believe, had sex with Flint in
No.
our time on the trip.
No.
No, I mean, I did witness him in all of his glory, but no partaking.
Oh yeah. I forgot you saw him naked.
I saw everything there was to see of the man, but no.
Oh, that's
None of that.
true.
Yeah, we
We
did.
did do that.
Yeah.
So.
Did it change when he changed? You know.
Why do you want to know?
Because I've always wanted to know.
that he turned into a wall.
That was the doggy style joke.
Yeah.
In the animalistic joke. Where were you?
She's eating her crackers.
I'm nervy.
Put those things up. Put them away.
There's only 4 now. I can talk to 4.
I'm nervous.
Don't.
Your brother's
I talked before.
It's just like tobacco. You just put it in your,
You just put it in your
put it in your cheek.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're chipmunking over here.
Yeah, chipmunking. But yes, so I was coming to speak with you. Something about, father and
How's he doing?
Eustace and
Eustace.
yes.
I haven't heard that name in so long.
You won't
You
get
won't ever hear
anymore.
it again.
If you hadn't killed him, he would have been.
You're welcome.
Oh, he's dead? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a useful part of our society.
Well, he did create something that may be beneficial to you.
He did create.
He did create. And I'm gonna pull out the battery. I'm gonna show her the battery.
She looks at it and she's like, oh, it's like a handheld power core. This must be really useful in like Skyreach, right?
You don't seem very impressed.
Well, no, because handheld tech doesn't make a lot of money. It's a one-time purchase and then no one buys it again. Why would you? You need something that's reusable and rechargeable. This is unfortunately too useful and it would never be profitable. It's a one-time purchase. You make it cash and no one would buy it
And
again.
that's it.
I'm sorry.
So that battery pack would never run out.
Championing planned obsolescence.
That does
Championing planned
that
obsolescence.
does check
She
out
knows
for my
she's smart.
particular group of
Yeah.
people.
She knows she's smart and she knows how to make a good
Yeah.
penny.
Listen,
You're from a tech bro.
I thought about doing handheld power sources decades ago, darling. There's no money in it.
No, not profitable.
I'd much rather make a power source that can power a ship that could make me hundreds of millions rather than a few 100,000.
Have you been able to come up with that kind of technology?
Of course. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
It's like Cruella de Vil. Just for
Except she's not doing
What- what- what-
Dolly,
Have you told your
Dolly.
friends anything about me? Or you should just bring them in blind.
I brought them in blind.
You're very little.
You're such a catch. I just feel like it would have been.
I just thought maybe there was.
If there's
something-
anything useful in your life right now, I had a hand in it, darling. I promise you.
So does that battery need to be recharged? Or is it
I guess it might sword and
Not,
shield.
not
that I
those
know.
useless
charge.
batteries.
No.
I don't believe so.
That's
That
single use.
battery, the handheld, can't be recharged.
It can, that's why it's useless.
Ah, okay. That's
It's
what I'm
very
thinking.
useful to the consumer, not useful to make in
Business.
bulk, yes.
Gotcha.
Because trust me, I have plenty of handheld power sources here. And you look around, there's like little floating devices that are clearly running on like her version of a power core. It's just not commercialized.
Um,
So we have self-sustaining energy versus like a lithium-ion battery.
Mhm.
So we're-
These will run forever. But she doesn't want to sell those because no one needs to buy it again once they buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's
she's
a
a smart businesswoman.
Your mom
She's
is
a
like
greedy
prize
bitch.
jewel.
She's a capitalist scumbag.
She's a capitalist monster.
she's like, have you ever noticed that your iPhone starts to really die after 3 years? Like the battery doesn't hold? Well,
Yeah.
I did that.
It's me.
It's just an update.
Talk about the next one.
So, yes, you as well as Elowin Draxel, which I don't know too much
Elowin
about.
Draxel.
I don't know too much about
You
her.
have unique tastes.
It wasn't my choice. Who told us to go find Elowin?
Flint.
Because
Shit.
Flint told us because we're hunting down some
Dark magics.
information on dark forbidden magics and all that.
Would your mother know how to make something that shields us from his sight?
Oh, yes.
Being as smart as she is.
Oh goodness.
Right,
So
so
have
you
you
know
heard of a
it's-
person named Ithriel? Mum? She's lost and thought about Flint.
No.
No. All right.
You ever get distracted
Um,
by a good wienery?
Is that a person or an item, an artifact, a
person.
wizard? Oh, a person.
It's a person. You want to explain who Ithriel is?
Have you heard of the Eye of Nithra? Magical artifact, ancient artifact.
I don't.
fortified.
I don't deal too much in magic as much as practical use items.
Got it.
I'm sure that. Well, I guess now it makes sense why you're looking for Elowin.
Yeah, it's a.
Tell me
trinket
about it. What is this eye? What does it do?
Lets you see into
What
the future.
can it do?
Let you see into the future and manipulate it. Right, it's my job.
You're
to
fucking
get-
with me, right? Like you can see into the future, manipulate it. Like,
Well,
Yes.
oh, the circle has completed. Elowin is the one you must see.
what?
Well, of course, she'd probably already know that. She would.
Elowin is the one you must see. Do I need to repeat myself?
What was the circle completed thing?
The thought in my head of why you needed to see her and the reason you're
We're heading
here.
full circle.
See, I think we were thinking maybe she told you to send us to her.
I don't speak with her. We're not acquaintances. I just know of her.
Right.
She's just well known to be a person of residence. Does that make sense? Do you know? Do you understand that? Do I need to explain?
No.
Good.
I do understand maybe hard to get her her counsel without some sort of badges or other things. Could you maybe facilitate a meeting?
As I said, I don't know
Might be
her.
hard to
Facilitating
know
a
her.
meeting might be.
She's the best person we know in the city. Maybe
I guess
maybe
that's
that
true. You all.
I mean, I could give a note of recommendation, but I don't know how that would be received, considering I am in no way proxy to her. I will say, being that you're so well dressed, you may be able to get tickets to the gala.
There's a gala.
Gala.
Of course, you are speaking.
When is this gala?
I stay here.
No.
You want to stay here by yourself with my
Perfect
mom?
place for, like,
Oh, I can teach you so many things. I would love to be able to teach a daughter again.
She's found it. She hasn't talked to anybody in years.
a good thing. That's sweet.
No.
I speak towards.
No, that's what she just said.
Yeah, but
I meant it in a good way.
not for her.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm talking about me and my mom. That was sweet that she said that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
This is about me.
I just thought that was nice.
The winds are strongest this time of year, so they try to have a outdoor gala once every few weeks, just to refresh and excite everyone. So
When is this next one?
tonight,
Oh, tonight.
you don't have to go. There'll be another one in a couple of weeks. Depends on how long your stay is. I assume you have accommodations outside the city.
We got Flynn.
With
Yeah.
Flint.
Perfect. It couldn't be better.
Yes, with Flint.
Flynn can stay with me, and you can take the ship.
Oh, look, this might be a good plan.
Just imagine mother getting digged down.
Yeah. No thanks.
There will be some screaming up here.
He's raw though.
Discretion, please.
Oh, Varen, oh, Varen, oh, Varen.
No, stop, stop. I don't need to know.
I mean, if it's tonight, we
full
have no
moon
really
tonight.
choice.
What time is it right now?
It's about 6 o'clock.
What
What
time
time
does
does
the
the
gala
gala
start?
start?
Well, it's not really a time to start. They usually just follow the music. You follow the currents. You follow the sounds.
Is there a cost? Do we have to have a ticket?
No, they prefer discretion. So
Yikes.
you can cover your faces.
Oh, it's like
It's a masquerade.
It's such a ugly word.
That's such a poor people.
Well, I thought it was a very posh term.
It's just such a.
That's a poor person's idea of what a rich
This
person
is.
does.
Think of this as a way to network without being able to flaunt your name.
No one knows my names.
I don't.
So that's typically why these galas exist here in the Third Spire, because people want to explore opportunities without the politics.
You explored Flynn.
It was just.
If I make one
sexual.
live here, I could possibly perform while you guys do your thing and be a all-seeing eye, so to speak.
Are you okay with that?
Well,
Do you ever go to the gala?
she's not.
No, I don't leave. I try. I'm so focused on my work. There's just so much to do here. There's so many things I'm focused on. There's no time for the galas. Those are for social folks and people with, folks to go with. You know,
Please do an insight check.
Folks to go with?
Yeah, can I do an insight check on that?
sure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one question.
Winnie, if you do an insight check, you'll have advantage because it's your mother.
At any point in time while I was
It's your
performing,
mother.
Earlier.
earlier, did anybody approach me of like maybe pursuing? Because I read the backstory and
Yeah.
whatever that one particular talent, like the performance hall or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called specifically because I read your thing. But there's like a group of people like they're the entertainment part of
Hell
it.
yeah.
Did they ever approach me?
No.
Not there.
21.
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20. Of course you did.
21.
Oh, my second one, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that there was a defensiveness, like a loneliness in her voice whenever she was like, no, I don't need to go. I don't like that stuff. It was actually because she just doesn't have friends here to go with.
I would love if you would join us. You said that you don't really have people to go with
Join you
Yes.
at the gala,
Yes, why not?
all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's our first time going.
It would
It
be
could be
an
your first time too.
honor to have somebody such prestigious as yourself.
It would be my first time going. I mean, I'd have to see if I have anything to wear.
I would imagine Madam Zim would take you
Yes,
no matter
we
what.
can get you something from Madam Zim.
And if it helps your cause, we know for a fact that
We were looking at her.
is going to Madame Zin's.
Yeah, we can walk her to Zim.
Oh, I have plenty of Zim's outfits. And like, there's a excitement over her eyes. I think I'd like to go. I think I'd like to do it. I'd like to go.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh, and she like claps her hands. Ooh, okay, I'll go.
Yes.
Do we need masks?
Yes, I don't know how we're going to get masks. Oh.
Can't be that hard.
You can already
guess
see
not.
my eyes.
I can.
We'll put something over your mouth.
Maybe we can whip
Zim
something
has
out.
something?
You've got any cool masks with lenses of like a true sight or anything?
Again, I don't really do magic, but I can. Let me see if I can have Lady Zim make something if she's not busy to match her outfits. Did you guys get those recently?
Yes.
Oh, then she'll
We got them
have the
today.
material. Perfect. She'll have the materials, and so she runs back upstairs and she calls and tries to get that done. And a few minutes later, while she's away, if you guys want to talk, feel free. She'll be gone for a few minutes if you guys want to say anything.
She's so
Okay.
excited.
That's my mom.
A lot of the
She's
stories
lovely.
you told me make sense. Wow.
She's really great.
She's very judgy.
Oh, she's
I
not
think that's what
humble.
No, not
But
humble. She's judgy of you. I mean, of me, she didn't seem to care that I was scared of trinkets. But you, she
I wouldn't say she's judgy of me. Judgy of Swiss for sure.
Critical.
overly critical of what you've accomplished.
Just a Swiss.
Or
Not
lack
bad. It felt
thereof.
like kind of everything. I feel bad for you. I worry that you're having a weird reaction to your mother.
Well, I thought it was positive.
I mean,
Until
yeah,
you
it
said
feels
something.
positive, but I'm worried that you're building a complex.
I thought it was
Since when
normal
have you
to
been
criticize.
concerned about my emotional state?
Since it seemed to cause you a little bit of distress. You've been eating those crackers the whole
When?
time.
That's true.
Okay, I have not. Winnie has not been eating the crackers as much as Mandy has. I'm hungry. Mandy's hungry, so I'm eating both things.
Hey, sure you have, Mandy. Sure you have. Sure. Whoa, man.
I can't believe you have a Star Wars based youth fizz, which is crazy to me.
What was great is we got all the way up
Yes,
to
they
checkout, and I'm pulling shit out, and they're just in there. I'm like, where the fuck did you get
You
this?
son of a bitch.
I went and saw Revenge of the Sith this week in
Oh, yeah.
theaters. And
He's on theaters.
yeah,
Oh, how was that?
it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
Went on a Wednesday.
I would like to say, with all due respect, would you like to be better than your mom? I can make that happen. I know you don't like the idea.
Yeah, all it will cost
No.
is you.
Winnie, I would just follow whatever's working for you. You're getting a lot of input. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit.
Well, I just want to go to the gala with my mother
Not always the case.
and like catch up.
I would do what your dad said.
I'm more of a
said you would do.
realistic guy.
I get flushed as
Think
soon
of
as you
that.
put your hand on my shoulder.
Well, you
Wow.
follow
You're here because of him, aren't you?
Like mother, like daughter, they both turn red.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a dog.
They both turn red.
They're both grey in some form of action.
Could we possibly
In one
insinuate
form.
that Flynn would go to make it more enticing for us to go there?
She's already going.
Good. She's already
We don't need
there.
to go to
We
them.
don't need to convince her.
Well, that's
Well, she might want to date. I don't know.
It would be easier for her.
But
to
then
go
you
for
wouldn't
sure.
have as much of your mother as you would like.
That's fair.
But we're just
How
trying,
are we
we're
going to
just
know
trying
which
to
one is
get in.
Eloy?
Also, she
We're just
because
trying to
Flint's
get in
here, she's
to
probably
get
going to
in.
go see him regardless of his exact.
Oh yes, he may not be. Yeah,
I,
she'll come with us back to the ship for sure.
I don't think that's going to stop
And we
her
can
from
invite
going to
Flint
see
to,
him.
No, I don't think that has to happen.
No.
Tell him that doesn't have to
Look,
happen.
Flint is a grown man.
No.
Grown
I
man
Yes,
needs.
he is.
And grown man parts.
Huge bro.
Okay. It's not about the size.
It is a
Well,
lot.
and,
Not every ship fits in every
No, I
port.
mean it was shocking though. Like
yeah, no,
that's not something.
He's
That's not
rather-
something you unsee.
He's rather well endowed.
And I will say, like, outside of my character, you're definitely picking up
it's just
stuff, obviously.
very
Like,
judgy.
yeah, no, 100%. That was like, yeah.
Well, I think even Mike can see it. Like, if you're jealous, I can make you.
Well, it's not jealousy. It's not jealousy. It's like, she's just making me
Oh,
feel
yeah, we saw
inferior.
those
Like,
at the gas
she
station.
loves me,
Well,
and
I
I
was
love
right.
her, but it's like, she
I
just
wasn't
knows
in-
how
we
good
got
she
like a-
fucking
we got
is,
like
and
a
she's like,
pack of these
you're not
things.
catching
I
up
wasn't
fast
here,
enough.
but I asked her,
Yeah, she
honestly, she referred to
Yeah.
Swiss as like fucking rudimentary.
Yeah.
doesn't
Yes, yes. And I've had Swiss since I was like a child. I made it when I was a child, and I like slowly
No, yeah, I
upgraded
heard
it.
that.
It's just we have a
Casual.
like if I ever come and hang out.
And she had a very
I'll have
positive
one.
reaction when she first saw Swiss.
I haven't shown you.
But yeah, the amount that I've been able to like advance is not as quick as she can.
I'm the
So-
child of nobles that runs
Yeah.
around killing people. I
Well,
understand
no,
being.
this is
the-
Mandy. But yeah, I wanted you to know that was like, you're right.
No,
You're right. There's some stuff there, but
He said, I know.
Trey knows.
It's normal for your
Tracy's
teacher
on.
to criticize you. And, sometimes punch you in the face.
No.
So,
Oh no,
No.
she's never put her
The
hands on me.
punching part. Well,
Well, no,
actually, I can relate to that. I don't know if anyone else can.
I don't
I
think
can
they
so.
relate
teach
to
you,
that.
they
I didn't
criticize
grow up
you,
in a cave.
So-
then you get physically
She
punished
starts to
for
walk
your
back
wrong.
down the stairs with an excitement in her voice, and she's going to deliver them here.
Perfect. Thank you for making that fun.
She said it'll match your outfits. It'll look regal.
Cool.
Real?
fantastic.
Regal.
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 I was like,
Not
I hope it looks real.
Real.
It'll look animated.
Cartoonish.
Wow.
It'll look like claymation on her face.
He's just giving us clay. Huh?
Play.
So the gala is held in this. I don't know what it's called. I forgot I
Zephyr
said
District or
The
something?
Yeah.
Eitherhearth District. You can just call it Spire 3 if you want.
Spire 3.
That's what
Um,
the locals call it. They don't,
okay,
they
so
don't use
the-
it the formal. They say third.
Okay, the gala is held here in Spire 3
Mhm.
tonight.
Yes, every night. I mean, every time.
Every time.
Not every night.
Every
Every
night.
night.
It's a
Gala
party all
every
day.
night.
Oh, well then, you can come back.
And this may be too much to ask, and
Probably.
it is okay if the answer is no. Would you be open to us staying here overnight, or would you like the place to yourself, and we can make our way back to the ship after the gala?
See any rooms?
I don't really have living quarters here besides mine.
Oh, besides yourself, I was like, oh, you do.
I don't expect guests.
Also, clanging and explosions every couple seconds.
You get used to it. It's like white noise.
I don't think so.
I don't know. That's how it was when we were growing up.
And you hear her like a loud clang, and she goes, "Spark!"
Spark.
He's fine. There's nowhere for you to stay here. I'd love for you to stay. I just cannot house 8 plus a bird.
Would you guys
You
be
can stay.
okay if I stay
Yes,
here?
we will go to the
That's
ship.
fine.
You stay here. That's fine.
Can you tether with me so that if something
Excuse me?
happens after the gala?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
What sort of tether?
Mental tether.
So
for
that we can
communication.
See, I
communicate
do
with
the
each other.
magic stuff.
Like communication?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Just in case, being separated from everyone.
What sort of range do you have on that?
Yeah.
Lot?
I think it's a mile.
It's a
Like a
mile.
mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a long.
Oh, is it more? Or is that further away?
No, a mile's a lot.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, is the ship going to be further away from her place in a mile? Like, would we be able to tether?
Hold on, let me look at it.
I don't know. It won't matter by the end of the conversation. Let me put it that way.
What the hell? What?
She's gonna give sending stones.
Oh, okay. I would have some stones.
I know where
Yeah.
that was going.
Yeah, so what sort of range? And you say a mile.
Mile.
Oh, that's really good for like a mental connection. Have you thought of expanding that, making it even more useful?
Nope.
I would love. I saw
Nope.
some of the people down there, and
Spark! She interrupts you as you're like, Spark! One second.
Mhm.
What is he up to?
Didn't he just
Spark!
explode?
And that makes sense.
No, he didn't explode. He's
was
working.
it-
He's working.
You know?
And you see a fully humanoid-looking automaton dive off of the top, and he lands in like they do in parkour where they land and like roll.
I was imagining
Yeah,
exactly that.
and he rolls and just like slides, and he looks up and he's probably about 5 feet tall.
It's like that scene from My Robot.
I
Kind
really
of,
was thinking
kind of.
that too.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of looks like one of those like robots where he has kind of a humanoid face but very robotic body. And he looks at Eleanor?
Evelyn.
Evelyn Faraday.
Oh wait, no, it's Eleanor.
It is Eleanor. It's Eleanor in your notes, but you said Evelyn earlier and it threw me
Sorry,
off.
Eleanor.
Okay, Eleanor. So
Retcons.
We have an element.
I've been saying Miss Faraday because like in the notes it said Eleanor, but you said
so
Evelyn,
sorry,
and so I was
yeah.
like, oh fuck, I probably like mistyped it in my side of the notes. Okay, cool.
That's good.
Anyways, so he looks at her, and he looks at the rest of you, and looks back at her. He says, "Yeah." She's like, "Do we have a way to expand mental connection from a mile to farther?" And he says, "One second," and he just jumps, and you hear like as he jumps up, and you hear like the pistons all blow as he jumps, and he jumps like 60 feet tall up to like the upper deck of this perch, and you hear him rummaging through some things, and he jumps back down and lands and he looks and he has like this device, and it's like this 2-piece device, and one of it is like this clip, and he says, well, this one can clip to like daggers or like a wrist, really anything you want, and then it works sort of like a sending device. She's like, perfect, that is exactly, good job, Spark. And he like nods. He doesn't pat. He's
No, I was saying she like pats him on the head.
he nods, and then he looks down at Swiss, and he says, hello. And then they start speaking in a language that you don't understand. They just start like speaking in like a
binary.
It's like the EOL dial.
Yeah, and then he just nods, and then he jumps away again. And she's like, that was Spark. He helps me around a little bit. And this is for you. And he looks at you, and he looks at when he said, you guys can put these on your wrist as bracelets or really wherever, as long as it's connected to you, and you can use it as free sending between two of you.
Beautiful.
Just in case your mental connection is limited, this gives you a secondary option.
It's not, but thank you.
Well, it is if
Well,
it's a
I would
mile.
love.
It's limited to a mile.
Oh, are you feeling judged?
This
You thought you were cool?
this will not only go beyond that, but it'll also go across different dimensions and planes of existence. Can yours do that?
I don't know. I've not tried.
I don't think it can, but now you can. Now you're upgraded.
You don't have to answer that. I already know.
You remember what I was mentioning earlier?
And of course, Winifred, this you must not pay me for this. This is a family helping family situation.
Of course. Thank you. Wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise.
You must not pay me the 14,000 gold I know.
We've had these laying around.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Do you have, well, I was curious, like, I was hoping to have something like that for after we leave that I can stay connected to you.
Of course.
Would we be able to either me keep that one, give that one back to you, or do you have another one? Or...
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
There's always ways.
I would like...
I've always wished that we had a way to be connected, but...
Letters just take so long. So...
They do, and birds are so unreliable sometimes.
They can be.
One by one, condescending.
Condescending not
Walter's expression is unchanged. The most reliable creature I've ever met in my life is
And
I don't receive that.
And she's like, I'm so excited to go to this gala with everyone tonight. I'm gonna get changed, and then we'll be back down here, and just give me a few moments. It won't take me long at all. I have help, so it should be quick. And as she walks by,
You need help?
Like, do
I
you have
have help.
Do you have like more than one spark?
I have an army.
Shit.
I call them an army as in jest, but I have
Yes.
42 iterations of Spark right now.
Is that what all the banging is?
They're always doing something, aren't they?
Yes.
I start a project, I create the ingenuity behind it, and then give them the task to complete it, and by the end of it...
I'm more of an ideas person.
She hasn't.
Hey, she built the robot.
she literally is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a... Yes, I have more sparks, yes.
Beautiful.
And as she walks by and she looks down, she sees your bracers. She looks back and she's like, well, that's an artifact, isn't it? Oh, boy. Do you know who...
Oh, God.
Do you know who made what you're wearing right now?
I have been informed by your daughter that you made them.
I spotted them right away.
And how have they been treating you? I'm sure pretty well.
I've had one since I was a child. So I don't really know what they can do. I can make a wall.
That's all you can do with them.
I don't know what else. My master put them on and never really explained.
How long have you been training in your field?
I'm thinking about 23, so 23 years?
In the term of like D&D levels.
4.
What's your degree?
I'm a level 4.
It scales with you.
Ooh.
So, for this item, try not to focus on the bracer itself, but focus on your development. It will get stronger as you do.
Ooh. Appreciate that. Is there more gems needed? There's empty sockets.
Those are not for gemstones, friend. Those are for modifications.
Oh.
It's meant to be customizable based off your martial status. I'm clearly not much of a fighter, but there's some people who fight with explosives. There's some people who fight with magic and repellents, and some people choose to heal. Some people can do all sorts of wild things, but it's meant to be customizable. So depending on your style, you can always upgrade.
She's really good.
And you know exactly who to come to when you need the upgrades.
Perfect. Well, I guess
All you have to do is tell Winifred to contact me, and I'll take care of it. If you need a solid hand in engineering and invention.
Sounds like she can give you a solid handy.
All you need to do is ask Winnie to call me, and I'll do it.
Have you ever known anyone being able to put energy back into a soul crystal? A lift crystal?
You drive me crazy. The plane crystal.
Plane crystal.
The ship gem.
Lift crystal.
Airplane crystal. No,
You know what's funny? I actually shut down my shipbuilding enterprise years ago because the stones were too unreliable. They would burn out like an old star, and they're so ungodly expensive. It made it not worth building the ship to lift it.
They told us that you shut that down about 5 years ago.
I thought the crystals had infinite energy.
Yeah,
They just never
that's
got
what they
around.
that's what they tell you when you're getting into the business, and then they burn out for some reason. Not sure. They should have unlimited energy. The science behind it makes sense, but for some reason, some crystals get drained, and we don't know why. Some say it has to do with the disease, the loss. Some say it has to do with the great silence and the gods leaving, and that's all hibby-jibby bullshit to me. I think people are just misusing them, and they abuse them and crack it, and they burst. But someone needs to blame something outside of their own control, so they say it's the gods or whatever.
Have you ever been able to put energy back into one?
That's impossible.
Well,
It's never been done.
well, it has been done.
It has been done.
At least once.
Yes, you. Sorry, I'm not a teacher, but
this might be helpful to you, since Winifred has been a good friend. I was able to put energy back into Flint's crystal.
Yes.
I've put plenty of energies into Flint's crystals. What do you mean?
I hate you, Shade.
His lift crystal was siphoned, stolen.
I don't know
I was
who's
after
worse. You or her for these comments. I don't know which one's worse. Your mom or your brother, but both is just a perfect harmony of awkward.
It
It's
sure
great.
is.
Experiences.
Yeah.
Across
Sorry.
the
What
whole
were you
map.
saying? There's more on track.
His crystal had energy siphoned from it by a man or
Ethereal.
Siphoned.
and we assumed
Yeah.
it was lacking energy and the ship was falling. And I
Like
was able
someone
to,
took the like harnessed the energy.
and then I'll like kind of pull the energy down into my hand, and I was able to put the energy back into.
And that crystal is the crystal that brought us here on his ship?
How did you put it back?
He punched.
Oh, what?
Like I harnessed.
Oh. Huh?
I
He
controlled the
hit it.
energy, and I hit it.
Yeah, he
technically,
just punched
He
it.
punched
over
it a
and
lot,
over.
and it worked again.
But I
I'm
can
not exactly sure how it worked.
more refined now, knowing what I can do. I can pull the energy down. And,
And has that worked every time you've tried it?
well, it done it
No,
once.
no.
But
And one for one.
Well, yeah. You know one failure, one
We've got
success.
100% success rate.
on a crystal.
On crystals, yeah, 100% success rate.
Well, I would never try it on anything else.
Oh, you would
You
think.
wouldn't.
For that.
Hey, like I said,
He's
I'm learning here.
learning.
Well,
Well, I might
We're all learning.
if it did work and you're able to do that, then you might have a talent that's been untapped.
Talent at killing people, maybe.
Ouch.
No, that's my talent.
That's right.
Ah, double ouch.
The loss is going to take her.
His was an accident.
That was Mandy now.
He'll die anyway.
Anyways, the gauntlets, the braces you're wearing, they're beautifully crafted. They're meant to grow with you, and if you have any needs for upgrades, let me know. I'm happy to,
Well, after the gala, maybe.
after the gala, of course. Yes, after the gala, yes. The gala. And she like,
Yeah, the gala.
I must go change. Give me a few moments. And she like scurries away, and you guys hear lots of like machines. A few moments, she comes back, and she's dressed in like a yellow gown, with like this yellow face mask. Her kind of reddish hair pulled up in kind of this flowy hairstyle. Very, very like zephyr, the way it just kind of flows with the wind. Looks completely different than the unkept version of her you saw a moment ago. She looks regal. She looks beautiful. She looks confident. And she stands in front of everyone. She's, I am so nervous.
You look lovely.
Did she start eating something?
She lights a cigarette.
She's like, I feel like I stand out so much. And she looks at all of you and she says, you all look so nice. I feel like this is the first time I've ever worn a dress. And she's like stomping around. She's like, I feel ridiculous.
But imagine the fun you'll have.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
the
gonna be so
food,
much
the
fun.
dance. I might even have a drink.
Oh.
6, please.
Scandalous.
And you guys see a, oh my god, what is it called? The little helper guy. So not the robot. Like, sorry, the magic, the spell of the little helper that delivers.
Unseen servant?
Mrs.
No.
Butts?
No, Mandy
had it. I
the
can't remember.
box. The
Oh,
little guy.
Daughter Speedy Courier.
Yes, the courier.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So you see a little courier
Speedy Courier.
Yeah.
pop up inside, and he just drops off his box, bows, and he leaves. And it's the masks. And as you open them up, each one is individually wrapped with a little tag that says each person's name.
So
I already
cool.
did mine.
Oh my god. I was gonna ask, like, is it a mask that just covers the eyes
It's
or
up
does
to
it cover
you.
the whole face?
Up to you. Completely up to you. I'm not giving any.
What is Eleanor's look like?
Eleanor's is very much like it. So her whole gown is yellow. Her mask is like this white mask that's just kind of covering right here, kind of like bird wings on the side.
Yeah.
Very classic
Very
masquerade.
Zephyr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very Zephyr.
And yeah, so that's what she looks like. All of your masks can look exactly however you want it to look. There's no restrictions on what it looks like. The whole point, again, is just to sort of semi-conceal your identity, but it's never perfect. Like, no one really cares that much. So it can just be a monocle. It can be a whole face mask if you want. Like, it really doesn't matter. No one knows you here anyway, so you can literally do whatever you want. But as everyone puts on their masks and she hails her, essentially like her vehicle, her hover vehicle that comes underneath her Howl's Moving Castle-ass fucking shit she has. And it opens up the bottom. You guys all kind of descend into this hovering vehicle, and you all start going towards the gala. She leans over to Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I know this isn't... And it's like the wind is blowing, so you guys can't hear this, when she says to Winnie. She leans in and just says, I know this isn't private like you wanted, but I hope you still have a good time. I've missed you dearly.
Oh, I've missed you too.
I've wanted to come back and visit, but I feel like if I left here, then everything would be ruined and the business would fall apart and everything would just crush and...
You have a lot of weight on your shoulders.
So much. So much. So thank you for
And
coming.
you have 42 automatons to care for.
They rely on me.
They sure do.
But I'm
It's
so
like,
happy.
I can't imagine 42 children.
I am so
running
happy
around.
you're here. I cannot wait to have your assistance around the shop.
Yes, I would love to talk more about that after the gala. Which is why I wanted to stay the night.
And you look beautiful, darling.
Thank you.
If there's a young lord here that doesn't look at you with dreamy eyes, then he is blind.
Aww.
You look all like, oh, no.
Walter's just scowling at Goody
And
Goody.
That's all he's doing.
she sees your face and you glance over.
I kind of glance over it.
She's gonna lean in and say, "A mother always knows." He seems nice.
He doesn't know that.
He's nice.
No. I don't know, maybe. But he I have eyes for him.
Yes, he does, darling.
He hasn't told me yet. And I'm not going to make the first move.
Be patient. Your father and I looked at each other for all of school. 4 years. He finally asked me out. Takes time.
Thank you for the reminder.
And the air, this little like hover car, think of like Star Wars, like the little hover cars that fly around, like they essentially you like arrive, and as you're getting close you see this absolute ridiculous like as you pull up, everyone's thought here is like, maybe not Thrice because he's used to some of the finer things, but like everyone's first thought here is probably, how the fuck do they do this every 2 weeks? Because you guys show up and it's like a full like spectacle. It's like a carnival. It's like they have like acrobats, they have like fired like spitting folks, they have like dancers, they have multiple different musicians playing at different parts of the gala. It is now officially like nighttime. It's like dark, and so all of the like candles and like all of the ether power cores that they have are lighting this place up, and it's just like a beautiful, there's nothing like it you've ever seen. And as you guys arrive, Miss Faraday gets out first, walks everyone up. You guys all follow behind, and as she approaches the front gate, all she does is tip down her mask for a moment, and the guy at the front just immediately bows, and she says, "They're all with me," and just walks right in. You guys, they don't even check. They don't check anything. You just walk right in.
Wow.
As you enter, you see a few dozen, no more than that, probably about 100 other folks dressed up, masks on, some of the most just beautiful gowns and most exquisite attire you've ever seen. And then there's one woman who's not wearing a mask, who is sitting. So think of this as like an amphitheater where there's a bunch of the rows and then there's a stage. But now that you have that in your mind, erase the amphitheater. It's just the shape, right? So it's like the entrance, and then
like
that's
a
where you
baseball
walk in.
shape, baseball
Exactly.
field.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I went the hard route.
Picture this, now don't.
Yeah, see? But it worked.
You did.
So that's the entrance. Is sort of like you're coming through center field. And so there's like all of these rows, that's all like food vendors and drinks, and just essentially this is where you buy shit, and then once you go into the gala area, it's all just entertainment. There's just people. But sitting off to kind of close to some of the food vendors and one of the drink stations, there's a woman with bright white hair. She's extremely poised in her stature. She almost looks annoyed to be here. Kind of like the picture that you see.
Yeah, my frowning Winnie.
Something like that. And she has glowing blue tattoos that seem to just be pulsating across her face. She's wearing a beautiful gown. She's wearing a gown that is black with silver kind of like accoutrement, like all of the buckles and all of the, like everything about it is like, it's like black with a lace overlay, and then it's a bunch of the silver buckles and things. Let me see if I can send this image. So she's not wearing the outfit in this picture, but this is essentially what she looks like, so you can get an understanding of how annoyed her face looks, because I think this is perfect. But this is who you see sitting there just dressed up, but she is noticeably not wearing a mask. She is elven. She presents to be in her 40s or 50s. And from the description, from what you heard from Flint, this definitely looks like it is Elowyn Draxel. And she's got like this almost looks like a potion jar liquid in front of her that she's sipping on. It's like a fun like theme that they're doing for this event. It's like potions and cauldrons, and she's sipping on it and making idle conversation with someone sitting with a mask sitting across from her at this table, like a high top kind of like bar setting table. But you do see her, and that's where we'll end the session as you guys enter the gala.
Hell yeah.
In Nimbusara.
Gala intrigue. I knew when we started getting fancy outfits, I was like, we're gonna go to a fucking ball or something.
Well,